Hey folks, Josh here with just a quick disclaimer about this episode. We had some technical difficulties with the network cutting in and out because I relocated across the country and set up a new office, so there's a few scenes where the audio lags and things cut out or jump a bit. We had these problems in 3 of our live streams, Forbidden Lands 22, 23, and our Blades in the Dark intro with Craig Shipman. The issues are fixed now, and I've tried my best to edit out the breaks and salvage as much of these sessions as I could. They had some great stuff in them, and I want them to be part of the campaign's legacy even if they're slightly broken. So, thanks for watching and sticking through it with us. Without further ado. Hello, world.
Hello.
Welcome back. The gang's all here, minus a quarter of the gang. So that was just a straight up lie.
And also, there's 5 of us.
A 20th.
Any fraction more complicated than quarters is just lost. Quick maths. Welcome back to the Forbidden Lands, the Hanging Stone. I'm slurring already. Jeez. Welcome back to the Forbidden Lands, the Hanging Stones. When last we left our heroes, we are exploring the deep, dark forest of the Dankwood in search of civilized orcs. We fell into a trench. Hello, Elric. Welcome to the party. We fell into a trench and got in a fight with some troll bones that were animated apparently by side effects of Lynn's uncontrolled magic. We had a hard time crossing a bridge. We saw the torn apart remains of some sort of knight that appeared to have been ripped apart by a large tree monster, as near as we could tell. And we are exploring further. So, we've been delayed several weeks here because I've been relocating, which is also why the audio quality is a little jank tonight. I'm in a new location and I'm still getting the sound set up. So sorry if it sounds a little tinny, echoey, whatever. It's all temporary. We actually changed a bunch of variables on the tech side. So apologies if we have any technical difficulties tonight. But we're going to roll with it and see how it goes. So without further ado, the group is camping in the Dankwood. It is cool. Audio sounds okay. Let us know if any of the levels are screwy too for particular people. I got them balanced as well as I could, but I can't really hear it on the stream while I'm streaming. So,
And if you hear Ralgar, definitely let us know because
yes,
we'll all be concerned.
So let me check the time of day. Actually, I should have done this in advance, but before I start narrating here, I want to check what the time is. It is currently evening time. All right, so it's late in the evening. You have the usual Dankwood drizzle. There's just an unpleasant, chilly rain slowly drizzling down through the whole forest. You hear the buzzing of insects all around you, because I say you do. And you are setting up camp, and Ralgar seems on edge. And he is on the edge of the camp with his ears pointed, and he's staring off into the forest.
Buddy? You all good there?
Velas, I'm sorry, but I have to go. I'm going to do this the best I can.
You're perfect. You're perfect. And Adam is going to eat it up later.
Oh, yeah, he's going to love it.
I picked up a scent, and I think I have some unfinished business. I can sniff you out. You keep going, and I will find you later. But this is something I have to do by myself. I will be back as soon as I can.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. Don't worry. I will be back.
Okay. Do what you gotta. Don't want to keep you here, I guess.
He gathers up all of his belongings. He goes and quietly says something to the half-asleep Lynn in the corner of the camp, who looks a little bit concerned and just sort of blinks at him, and then he turns and just goes running off into the forest through the drizzling rain.
I'm going to walk over to Vergello.
Mm-hmm.
That's the second navigator that we've run off.
You know what? I'm still dealing with all of these mouse wounds all over my body that I could not care less.
That's a mighty
un-
big
Is that the
mouse.
official story?
Unrelated to his departure and my grievous wounds. Grunrock, when you're watching camp, I'd keep an eye out for bears, just on a whim.
These are mouse
Please.
wounds, but watch out for bears.
These are mouse wounds. Watch out for bears.
What does a bear look like?
Imagine a mouse, I don't know, 3 times my size, massive claws.
That's a lot of stew.
Trust me, if I could have killed it before it killed me, I mean, if I see one, I'll definitely not try and attack it because they're very dangerous.
Look out for dinner. Got it. Thank you.
Based on
Right.
his description, Grunrock, the animal he describes is what you in the shroud among goblin kind would call flabby wolves.
Flabby wolves.
Oh, yeah, that's good to know. I had a cousin got eaten by one of them one time.
They're big, round, hairy wolves that like to eat salmon and honey and have big, sharp teeth.
Yeah, definitely.
They also like
do that
mouse
approach.
stew.
They may or may not be a fan of bards as well. I wouldn't know.
All right, so.
Interesting. Well, Grunrock, go back to sleep. Keep an eye out for him when it's dark. I'll continue to keep an eye out on things. Regella, you don't look so great, so maybe you should just double rest.
Yeah, I'm just gonna crash. I think I went hunting this evening.
Mhm.
Yeah. So,
You didn't stay out hunting very late tonight, man.
nope. wasn't worth it.
The reasonable game master in me wants to just hand wave away from any random encounters tonight, but the Forbidden Lands game master in me says
No, I
that's
wouldn't
just
do
not in
that.
the spirit of the game.
I wouldn't do that at all.
Suffering is ever present. There's no encounter. Oh, spoiler alert. Because you aren't moving camps, you don't have to make camp again. You can keep the location you were in the previous night. There's no encounters. Let me shift us over to the exploration tab here. And let's see. Here we go. Zoom a little bit for the stream. Right. So I'm going to move Ralgar into the Wandering Elsewhere section. Boop.
Oh, he's gone.
So place yourselves wherever you want to be. Dahlia is going to be resting.
I'll be on the near death square
Okay.
for 400, Josh.
I think we're actually continuing to nighttime because evening was your hunting outing.
Yeah.
I'm hunting. This might be affected by dark, by the way, and we did it during evening. Occasionally, I forget that in the springtime it's dark in evening and nighttime. Mostly, it doesn't come up, but for hunting, it might have. So we'll keep that in mind going forward.
Okay.
But I don't know if it affects hunting or not. It sort of specifies for each one, so we'll have to double check. But yeah, so nighttime. Grunrock keeping watch. Did
Sure
Grunrock
am.
already rest? You rested in the evening?
I did.
Okay, cool. So doing the usual thing. Yeah, I already rolled for the encounter, so the night passes uneventfully. We can kick it on to the morning, and everybody has to make food and water rolls.
I was waiting for
I'm
that to go the opposite direction. I already rolled for the encounter,
alive.
and it's one of those flabby wolves.
I also don't have any food.
It's an army of flabby wolves marching side by side, shoulder to shoulder.
I can
Sorry.
roll food for you, Regella.
Okay. I appreciate it.
It is, Elric says it is. I guess you mean hunting is affected by darkness. It might be like a -1 die or something if you do it in the evening and not in the morning or day.
It might just be the penalty you'd get
-1
for
or -2. We can double check the next time you go to do it.
well, it might be the penalty for like trying to see in the dark in general, like scouting or whatever, because isn't it survival?
Yeah. Okay, he says yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it affects hunting. So we'll factor that in the next time you do a hunt, and just keep in mind that if it's not morning or day, you'll take a penalty of some kind.
Well, spoiler alert, I'm going fishing.
Okay.
Because
Ooh,
Amy
there's
just lost all of her food.
Oh Lord. Okay. There's little icons next to
Oh yeah, that's nice. I
the
just
things
noticed
now.
that.
I just rolled 3 1s.
Yeah, I rolled one as well. Fortunately for water, we're literally right next to water, so
Yeah. So water won't be an issue. It's also drizzling. It's drizzling rain, and you're bordering on a lake. So if you want to go fishing, I'm going to assume that there's ways down to the lake shore from where you are. I described how this is kind of a cliffy hex where you can overlook the lake and see a large distance, but this is like a long stretch, and there's going to be places where you can descend the cliff and get to the edge of the lake if you want. So if you want to go fish in the lake, you can, and if you want to go refill water at the lake, you can without moving your camp.
okay. Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, I assume we're staying here for at least one more day because we have no food, right?
It's all you. It's morning, so you do what you want.
I'm going
Yeah,
fishing
I
this
mean, it
morning.
doesn't hurt. While you're there, will you refill my canteen?
I got you. I got to refill mine too.
Sick.
So yeah, that's what I'm doing this
Okay.
morning.
Sounds good. So we got Vergello fishing. Lynn and Dahlia are going to be together today. They're kind of sightseeing over the cliffs. They're not straying too far from camp, but they're soaking in the views and chatting, and the two of them seem to be bonding a bit. Grunrock, are you remaining on keep watch in the morning, or are you doing other stuff?
I'm
Put Velas on keep watch, and then you do whatever. You can forage.
probably gonna try to learn a talent or a skill. I forget what they're called in this game.
Talents.
That one.
Talents are called talents in this game. Confirmed.
Confirmed.
All right.
You gotta forgive me. I'm obviously the smart one.
All right. Foraging takes a -1 in the spring. Okay. I'll let you decide what you want to do. So we have a keep watch. We have an other, probably learning a talent. Looks like we just go ahead with Vergello on fishy rolls.
All right. Fish, I get +2 from my fishing net and then +1 from my talent. Yay, 1 success. Is that
Cool.
1 fish, sir?
Let's see. Success means you catch a number of units of fish equal to the number of successes you rolled. They can be
One
cooked by a chef or at an inn.
Fish. All right.
Oh, you know, when last we left her here. All right, let's go back to the fishing.
Munchkin. Munchkin
I'm gonna
Forbidden Lands.
kick to the coming soon screen and swap back over as soon as it's fixed. All right, so I think the audio high pitch thing should fix after a minute. I think it's like playing catch up with the feed. It happened the other night and then it's moved out. So, right, we're fishing. You succeeded on the fish roll, and yes, you get 1 unit of fish.
Yay,
What
1
I was
fish.
going to say was it actually says that you can cook with the chef talent or at an inn. So we role played the whole thing where you were asking the innkeeper if you could use their kitchen and stuff. It just says if you're in an inn, you can cook. It's just in the rules. So we missed that last time.
Sweet.
But anyway, yeah, you successfully fished. Grunrock, were you going to do a talent roll or anything? Because I think that's the last thing for this quarter day.
I am surely gonna try that. I was dumb as a brick, boss.
You're as dumb as a brick. All right, we kick on to daytime. Everybody pick no
Yay.
actions.
I'm doing it again.
I am here, sir. And actually, I've got something I'd like to do with Dahlia and Lynn if they are not still sightseeing, but if they're still sightseeing.
You can talk to them.
Hey. Sorry, I didn't plan on RPing this. I thought they might still be sightseeing.
-1 experience. -1 experience. -1 experience. Improvise harder.
Did you participate in the session? Amy didn't.
Amy didn't. She just made excuses.
Drink, stop. So, I would like to raise an opportunity to the two of you, and it's something I would like for you both to consider. We have a knack, as I'm sure you've noticed, Dahlia especially, because you've been with us longer, of getting into trouble very quickly, and lots of things wanting to attack and hurt us. For most of the time, not our fault. I would like to teach the both of you how to wield a knife. So at the very least, you can protect yourselves, whether you stay with us or, you just grow up somewhere else and you're walking down the street.
Dahlia looks hesitant, and Lynn says, "Teach me." Starts walking forward. Hold on, my dog is growling. I gotta let him in.
Josh is the person I'm RPing with.
We're real professionals here.
Hello.
Gonna keep RPing in 3,
Yeah,
2.
go.
Well, Dahlia, I'm not gonna make you do anything you don't want to do. I do just want to keep you safe, and from time to time, if we get knocked down, I just want you to be safe. But if you would rather watch than participate, that's fine too. I just know you got that really sick, knife from that guy in the valley with the dead people. I don't remember what it was called. It's been a week since we've been there? I don't keep track of names.
So the way I'll work this is that each session, if you do a training quarter day with one of them, you'll give them an experience point toward the melee skill, and then they can cash in to level up. You'll have to do them individually.
Okay. Well, since Dahlia is hesitant, I will start with Lynn today.
Okay. All right. So you train Lynn. I'll make a note in her sheet, and we're good. All right. Meanwhile, fishing.
Yeah, more fishing.
What's Grunrock doing this quarter day?
I'd like to try to learn a talent again, boss.
Okay. Go ahead and make a roll.
Damn
The dog
it.
is digging in packing paper. My God.
Oh, what talents are you going for?
It's a mystery.
Oh, mystery talent.
Truth be told, I haven't chose between two, and I was gonna see if I could get it and then coin toss.
I mean, you could coin toss now, and if you're disappointed by the result, it means you want the other one.
You'd like to think that, but that's not usually how it works with Hank.
I'm just going
how do
to
you
edit
feel?
out half
And
this
he's like,
session. All right. So,
I caught another fish. Grunrock failed to learn anything.
okay. All right. Okay. There is no encounter, which is good because nobody was keeping the watch. And let's see, you did your fish roll and caught another fish.
I did.
All right, cool. That will conclude the day. Looks like you're still camped in the same place. So now it's dark and it's evening. You don't have to make camp because you're keeping the same camp location. So what would people like to do?
I'm a cooking.
Okay.
I'm a sleeping.
Okay. All right, here goes encounter roll. Encounter. And the evening will pass uneventfully. Do you make rolls to cook, or does it just happen?
So I only have 2 fish, and I have the field kitchen, which lets me do 2d6 units of food.
Mhm.
So
Lands the Hanging Stones. This is kind of our 23rd session, but we're calling it our 22nd session because our 22nd session fell apart due to technical difficulties. So, last time we gathered, We are exploring the Dankwood westward in search of civilized orcs, or rumors that we have heard of such things. And we got in a couple of quarter days worth of adventuring roles, fishing and gathering and things like that, and then had to quit due to technical issues. So we're picking it right up where we left off. Pretend it's the same session, but we're all wearing different clothes. And Ralgar is still off solo adventuring. Last time he said that he had picked up a scent and that he would be back, and disappeared into the woods, and he's been gone for nearly a day. And without further ado, take it away, toys.
What a throwback. I think that I was teaching Lynn to fight, maybe? Were you fishing, hunting? Varela?
I've been fishing right now.
It is currently nighttime.
So we are sleeping.
Oh, so we're sleeping. Never mind.
So I'm keeping watch.
There we go. Had the wrong view up. All right, yeah, so it's nighttime. I'll skip us over to the exploration tab here. Yeah. We were staying in the same campsite, so making camp wasn't necessary. We have 2 people sleeping, 1 person keeping watch, and let's get an encounter roll. No encounter. Almost an encounter. The night passes uneventfully. It is morning. Food and water rolls?
Oh my goodness.
Actually, no water rolls because you're bordering a freshwater lake and it's been pouring rain.
Well, I'm out of food again.
A time.
I just made this fish.
Well, we can do some speedy survival stuff to get more food.
Yeah, I'm down to do at least 1 more days of fishing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really like the idea of leaving with Ralgar out in the woods. I mean, he said he was going to sniff us out. I don't know. I think we've got to get across this lake somehow.
Josh, you are positively glowing.
Swimming.
I turn bright white when I open a PDF.
Me too. Me too, friend. Me too. Yeah, we don't have. Yeah, swimming's not an option unless we want to try and craft a boat, which I don't believe any of us are crafty enough to do something like that. I imagine we're probably gonna have to walk around. Josh, can we tell? Like, it's obviously like a massive lake from this tile, but can we tell like what would be the fastest way around this body of water, like to the north or to the south, based on?
Can we peer from like the top of the cliff-ish type area?
That's sort of what you did, and it revealed out to a distance several hexes. So you can tell that you cannot see the far shore of the... Let me... Sorry, I meant to move everybody over to the map. Oh, I did. Why is that not going? Oh, there it goes. Oh, this isn't updating. Sorry, it's just the stream view wasn't showing the map. Okay. Yeah, so... you can see... see in that hex to the south, there's those islands.
Yeah.
This music. Those are along the far shore to the south. It seems like you are at the east corner of this lake, and that it runs roughly west to east, kind of longwise. And so you can either start the long journey around the top northern portion of it, or the long journey around the southern portion of it. But you can't see how far it is. Nobody's ever told you how far it is. And it looks vast because when you gaze out over the water, you cannot see how far it goes. Here, I'll reveal a tiny bit more so you can tell the terrain type.
Okay.
And while you do, might I just say, Sirenscape is providing such wonderful audio. Truly, truly amazing kind of partners. I don't know if we can say that, probably not.
Not partners.
But fantastic for not partners. Maybe one day.
Yeah, go check out
Thanks,
Sirenscape.
Castor,
To the
for all
north,
of your needs.
to the north is more
More dank.
more Dankwood. To the south is islands, and you can see land in that direction, but you can't make out much of what it is.
Okay. Yeah, I say let's
There.
let me do some fishing for another day, and if we don't see Raugar by the morning, we just sort of set off maybe to the northwest and hope that he can track us as well as he says he can.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
All right. Let's go to the exploration tab, and everybody place yourselves. Fishing. Other. Are you both doing die rolls and stuff? Everybody's where they want to be?
I'm not doing die rolls.
What are you
but
doing in
I'm where I
other?
wanna be. I'm trying to work with Lynn on fighting with a dagger.
Right. Okay.
And I'm going to ask Dahlia to just keep an eye out while we're doing that. for
Okay,
anyone
she'll
or
keep
anything.
watch. She's not great at it, but she'll do it. You have somebody that could possibly see something coming. All right. Morning. Go ahead and make any rolls you have to make. For the knife training, you can check off that you have trained Lynn, and she has gained 1 experience point.
Finally got my wits roll.
I caught 1 fish.
Nice. That will conclude the morning. So it is now daytime.
I will fish again.
I will train with Dahlia and ask Lynn to keep watch.
I caught 1 fish.
Nice. No encounters during the daytime. Grunrock, what do you do during the daytime?
Well, morning time, I was attempting to learn a talent and pull a wits roll. So I'm picking up the brawler talent.
Okay.
Unarmed
At rank
strikes.
1.
Yeah, at rank 1. And then I guess during the daytime I might continue to practice and rank it up if that's
Sure.
acceptable.
Go for it. I think for past rank 1, do you still have to make die rolls, or is that no die rolls?
I don't believe so. I think it's just an experience cost.
Yeah, there's no die rolls after the first talent.
Okay. Cool. So you go ahead and spend that, and that will pass the daytime. It is now evening. Evening means it is dark. And this is usually when we prepare camp. Dahlia can help with that if anybody wants.
I thought we didn't have to prepare camp.
Oh, yeah, you're staying in the same place. That's right.
Yeah.
So we just have keep watch and...
Grunrock was gonna rest
Okay.
or sleep,
Correct.
whichever one.
Sorry. Here, let me move. Okay.
And I am going to cook the 2 fish.
Okay.
I make an extra food because I'm a good cook. So I'm gonna take 2 die. What's everyone's food thing?
D6.
Ames?
Sorry, I had to look. I'm a D8.
Okay. Grunrock, go ahead and take the 3rd food, and that'll put the 3 of us at a D8.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. Fish for you, Grunrock.
All right. So we have Grunrock sleeping. We have Velas keeping watch. No encounters. Nighttime. Hello, Elric.
Fish tack.
Yummy. All right, so nighttime. We have Grunrock keep watch. Everybody else sleeping. No encounter. Night passes uneventfully. Everybody's rested. And morning. Food rolls.
Yay!
This is the first morning we haven't wasted some food.
Right?
That
Oh
seems
my
like a
goodness.
good sign to me. Let's get
I think-
traveling,
yeah,
folks.
exactly. That's the best
That's
we're gonna
a-
get. Let's start
That's
traveling.
an omen.
Who has the next best survival after Raugar?
Well, on a scale of 1 to 100,
I got 3.
I got 3.
I guess I'm leading the way with a 4.
Don't worry, I'll keep my eyes out for any danger.
All right.
Hey, Vergello, you're not gonna leave us just because you're leading the way, right? Like, you're not just gonna just gonna disappear.
I mean, my hope is to not get any of us lost in general.
I think for the first time ever, we just passed 48 hours in the Dankwood with no mishaps or random encounters. We had 2 full days of just chilling out in a camp.
There were
Fishing,
no mouse attacks.
training.
There weren't any.
You found a quiet little pocket to hang out where nothing terrible's happening.
Let's just build a tower here. The only part
No.
of the
We
day
found our stronghold.
It
I
only
literally saw a giant sea monster in the lake our first night there.
So we'll put up a no swimming sign.
it only took 22 sessions for you to have 10 minutes of peace in the forest.
And it's gone.
We have to-
All the side characters have
Yeah,
no swimming
yeah. The
sign.
navigators keep abandoning the party.
What
that
are
is a
they
fact.
seeing that I haven't seen yet?
You'll probably
They know
see it
what's
today.
coming. Well,
I've
you
seen
did.
the way.
You did just see a massacre site in this hex, and then decided to camp out for a while, and then the navigators left.
A massacre. It was one person dead.
That person was
And they were
massacred.
probably mauled by a mouse.
I know they were mauled by an ant. Remember?
Oh yeah, that's right.
No mice attacks here.
Daytime.
So we're
Where is
traveling-
everybody?
we're still morning, are we?
Oh,
Yeah, we've not done our lead the way roll.
oh,
Yeah,
okay.
no,
I did an
no.
encounter roll for morning, so no encounter in the morning, and
And then lead the way roll.
one of you is keeping watch, the other is not.
I am keeping watch.
Velocity
Grunrock is
watch.
walking.
Walkie walk.
Sorry, I'm
Like,
playing with experience points and making sure I'm doing my math right.
all good. I moved you. All right. There we go. Keeps on not updating. There we go. All right. Why is that not updating? Hold on. Okay. Sure, why not? There it goes. Weird. Sorry, the game view wasn't updating after I moved stuff around. It's updated in the window, but it wasn't updating in the stream software. All right. Right, so morning time, lead the way. What direction are you traveling?
Northwest.
Northwest. Okay. Northwest along the coast.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and lead the way.
I did not.
You did not lead the way. Mishap.
My survival's low, but I thought about taking the Pathfinder talent up to the max ags of D8. Jinx. I'm just not that good at leading the way.
All right. Let's see. Journeys. Lead the way. Mishap. That one.
You run into a bear.
Blocked terrain. The way forward is blocked by rocks, fallen trees, thick shrubbery, or flooding. We're going to call this thick shrubbery. This is a tangle so tangled that you cannot untangle it. You
That's me.
You must roll might or move to be able to progress. If you fail, you suffer a point of damage to strength and must roll again. Anyone who rolls successfully can help anyone who did not on subsequent rolls. You will not make any progress on the map during this quarter day.
I mean, I can try and move and then help people.
You said might or move.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Do we want to take this way or we want to turn around, Brigello?
I have a terrible option for might and move, and I doubt Dahlia and Lynn will be much different than my frail self. Unless we can think of a way to like properly cut through the shrubbery, I think we should just turn around. Versus risking injury. It's still the beginning of the day. We can just try again.
You missed the quarter day. It says you make no progress during this quarter day, and you won't progress in this direction until you succeed on this.
So
we can't even find another way.
Try. So do you want to try, like, just once or twice and risk the injury and early rest?
I mean...
If you change the direction you're going on the map, or if you spend another lead the way roll and a quarter day just locating a new route, then you can potentially get around this. It's up to you. But the morning is dead either way. And if you want to have the possibility of going into a new hex during the next quarter day, it will require making those rolls.
I mean, I'm fine to try. I don't know if you guys have anything that can make this easier to traverse. I imagine a might roll is easy for Grunrock, and a move roll is going to be easy for you.
Yeah. If Grunrock and I are both able to succeed, can we both help? Like, both give an extra dice to each of the people?
Yeah.
Do we want to try that?
Yeah, sure.
Have the more resilient people try to forge ahead and help you along. And if they fail, then you just call it and bail the other way.
Yeah.
All right. Well, no progress happens in the morning, so this is for the afternoon.
There's a success in there. There's a success in
Amy,
there.
you should push that. That's 4.
There's one success in there. That's all that matters.
I haven't rolled for encounters in the afternoon yet. There could be one, and she's at 1 strength to start. Or 1 agility or whatever.
Like Grunrock made it too. We will both give an extra die.
Grunrock and Velas both face some precarious situations bypassing all of this, but they do it successfully, and then they turn back and tell the party, hey, you could go this way. So now we're going to roll for everybody else.
So I get a +2, 1 from Grunrock and 1 from...
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Or, no, sorry, +1 from each of them. It's okay, you got it with just your base dice, so that's fine. It's you can only get helped by one person, so.
Oh, okay.
Dahlia didn't get any skulls or any successes, so she's just gonna push. Oh lord.
She got 2 skulls.
Dahlia got hurt a lot. Her clothes are snagged. She fell in a pit full of vines and thorns, and you're gonna spend a lot of time dragging her out. 1 sec. Lynn gets across on the first try. Dahlia has taken 2 damage. She's at 1 strength now. She got hurt. She fell into a thorny patch and got slashed all up the side of her face and all up her arms and hands. She climbed her way out and realized she has a horrible rash from some sort of wild weed she was exposed to. So she's all puffed up, covered in scratches and scrapes, exhausted, eyes bloodshot. And she can try it again. Since it's a move roll, this doesn't penalize her because it's doing damage to strength, so she can roll all the dice again.
but she might be taken out and be unable to do anything for the rest of the day if she fails this again.
Can I go and like get her and carry her on my back with like disadvantage?
She's got to make the roll for herself. You helping her, because
Is
you
the
can't
plus
carry her through all this difficult terrain. It's the roll with the +1 is you helping her already, and that's as much as you can do for her. She'll try it again, but if she fails this again, she might become. Oh wait, I think I might have done this wrong. Hold on. It said block terrain. You suffer 1 point of damage to strength and must roll again. And then on the roll again, she failed, so she suffered another. Okay, yeah, it's what I said. Dahlia's at 1 strength. This isn't a pushable roll, but it worked out the same. She's taken 2 points of damage to strength, and she's at 1. So she's gonna try it again. If she succeeds, she'll get through it. If she fails, she might take a critical injury or be broken and
Can
not
you
be able to
heal her,
progress.
Virgilla, before she does it?
I can heal 1 point, but if she's broken, I can heal like 2.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, we'll risk her.
The
being
only
broken. That
downside
makes
is
more
that
sense.
if she gets broken, she'll roll on the critical injuries table in the process.
Right.
So if you do it preemptively, it could stop that from happening.
But she still gets to roll the same number of dice.
Yeah, because she's taking damage to strength, but she's rolling agility.
Oh, got it. She's not taking damage to move because
No.
it's not a pushable thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm following along.
She's getting wounded, but her move is what she's using, and it's not wounding her agility stat. So
I say she just goes for it, and
all right.
we risk the
She's
critical
going for
injury.
it. Wow. 15 dice, 0 successes. Critical injury. Please hold. After spending the entire afternoon trying to climb over things, she gets woozy and passes out and is unable to travel.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah. She's unconscious until further notice. And the daytime is wasted.
Do you
Wasted as far as you did not successfully progress into the next hex. Because in the morning
Right,
you didn't,
right.
and in the daytime you tried to make rolls to do it, and one of the party members failed. So unless you leave her behind, you will not travel into the next hex during the daytime.
we're not leaving her behind. I will go, since she's down, I want to do a healing check. I want to try and heal her
Okay. Sounds
with
good.
just like regular, rather than like using a willpower.
Okay.
I'm going to use the healing bag that gives me +2 that I've been carrying this whole time.
Okay. Oh yeah, from the Lich Dungeon. You're like expert doctors.
Oh my god. Can I push this roll?
Yeah. Unbelievable. She rolled 15 dice and got no successes, and you just rolled another 10.
I don't think the number 6 exists on any of these dice. I'll burn a willpower.
Give me that bag. You're not doing it right.
We just rolled 35
No,
dice
no,
with no sixes. What is happening?
I'll use.
There's the law of averages. We didn't lose food.
Whoa. I'll use the accidentally took away all of my empathy instead of just 1. I'll use the willpower that I just got from pushing the roll to just use my first level of Path to the Hymn. You can help a broken comrade within short range get up on their feet. For every willpower you spend, your comrade recovers 1 point of the attribute that's been reduced to 0.
Okay.
Since I'm a half elf, that's 2, so she gets 2.
That's
strength
fine.
back.
That could be done as an action after she fails on the daytime roll. So, well, that doesn't take substantial time, right?
No,
And it does.
no,
it
that's
says
just like
that,
that's. An
and it
ability.
says that you can reattempt it. So if she's willing, if she could be convinced, she could make another roll during the daytime to try to still get you into that next hex.
I'm
Because
not
she
the
went
one-
down and then you revived her.
I think the empathetic thing to do would be to backtrack and try and just wait the night out and try again. But
Maybe the
But-
bushes will move in the morning.
To backtrack, we're gonna have to push all of us back through it, right?
It's true. The party will have to traverse
she-
this
yeah, she's-
obstacle.
She's gotta make it through.
Role
Otherwise, we're all rolling.
player, some words of reassurance, somebody, or a good pep talk.
Listen, this is no different than the training that we were just doing yesterday. It's all about where you put your feet, moving with confidence and swiftness. It's all agility. Don't get in your head. Don't think about the thorns or the roots. Just move. Flow like water.
She's got blood dripping down the sides of her neck, scratches across her face, and a bug is just crawling across her face, and she doesn't even care. She's like, her hair's all messed up. She just pushes past you and presses on. And she makes it.
Hey! First try.
First try, fourth try, third try, fourth try? I don't know.
Fourth
It was
try.
a lot of tries. Yeah. She finally gets so pissed off that she just forges ahead to try to be done with it.
Next bar we find, the wine's on me.
She is still at 1 strength until further notice, so if any encounters happen, just be aware that she is pretty out
One
of it.
strength. She should be a 2 strength.
You gave her 1 back. Did you give her 2 back with
It's-
your healing thing?
So it's
If she's broken, it gives 2.
Well, if she's broken, it only works on broken. They get
Okay.
a point back for every willpower I spend, and since I'm a half elf, every willpower I
gotcha.
spend is like that plus 1. So it's 2.
Okay, so she's a 2. So she's just slightly wounded, but you recovered her most of it. Okay, cool. So that was a nightmare, but you do make it into the next hex, and it will still be daytime when that happens.
this is the Forbidden Lands, I remember.
Yeah. See, it was all too good to be true. All right, so now rolling for encounters. Ooh.
I hope Ralgar can get through that brush.
It'll be fine.
I'm going to need a second to read because there is going to be an encounter on entering the next hex, and it's coming out of the new expansion book.
Oh.
Because
Do you want me to go
I've
ahead
been
and roll
rolling a
keep
die, and
watch?
there's a 1 in 3 chance that any given encounter will come from the new expansion book. So please hold.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
New
And
stuff,
I've
new stuff, new stuff.
I've read over most of these, but I might need a minute to brush up on what's happening here. Hold on. Why can't I move your flag? Oh, it was on the map layer. All right. Let me move you all to the
I
map.
don't know why, but my
Oh, you're
Alexa
on.
just told me a random joke out of nowhere.
Whoa. It's so big.
Oh,
Okay.
it's so big.
All right. Here we go. Here we go. Please hold.
Here we go, and wait.
Here we go and wait. Here we go means I'm starting to read what's happening.
He does that whenever he reads a book anytime. It was honestly a nightmare in high school.
Here we go.
Here we go. Mr. Josh, you know you don't have to say that every single time, but I do. Here we go.
Here we go. Okay, let's see. This one. That one. Got it.
How many arrows do I have? Okay, cool. I still have a D12 of arrows. Oh yeah, that makes sense because I hardly did any hunting. I mostly just looked for animals. I'm thinking about putting that last point into survival, or 10 XP, so I can have another point in survival to give me 5. But that'll be like 10 XP.
Oh, this is a whole thing. Give me a second.
Jeez.
It's
I
not.
can tell you're.
It's not an immediately bad thing, but it is complicated. So give me a second.
I don't know. It must be terrifying. All the color's gone from your face.
Dang.
My face never had color. Joke's on you.
It's a ghost.
I don't know. It's pretty red at the beach.
Oh yeah, that's true.
All right.
We're all red.
Oh yeah.
Here we go. Oh, did Hank step away?
Oh, great. He's reading again.
What? Can you hear me?
You said, here we go
Yeah.
again.
You said, here we go. He said you're reading again. Hank is coming back.
I'll hang up for Hank for a sec.
Hang up for Hank. Hashtag hang up for Hank. I'm hungry, Josh. All this talk about fishing and fish tack is making me hungry.
Oh, I thought he was. I thought I heard him.
We need to play more Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
I need us to get to level 5. I think that's when I can.
Sorry, Al. Go ahead.
Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate.
All right.
Oh yeah,
Everybody good?
it's great, dude. It's such a good game.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm sorry.
All right, sweet. So here we go. Up ahead, on the shores of the Great Lake, you see a couple of barges docked, on the shallow mud. There's sort of some broad mud flats along this side of the lake, and some barges are pulled up so that they're just resting on the mud, sort of tied off. And on the barges are horses and camping equipment. They look from a distance like fine Galdane steeds, like the ones that you've seen to the southeast when you were around Amber's Peak. And about 15 people have debarked from these barges and are standing in a semicircle on the shores of the lake on this broad, silty beach. And they are... there is a woman singing in the middle of the circle, accompanied by someone playing a lyre. And the semicircle of people are chanting along to the beat of a drum. So there is raucous music playing, and this lady dressed in heavy furs with red and purple feathers all through her hair, who is singing, and she sounds quite good. And there's kind of a rowdy group cheering her on. And you see a few people on the far side of the semicircle, kind of arms folded, watching as though in displeasure of some sort. And yeah, it's this gathering of foreigners who seem to be having some sort of assembly involving singing, and they're pretty worked up about it.
You said they looked. Oh, sorry.
If you want to remain hidden, you're going to have to turn now and go the other way before somebody spots you, and get out of sight and stay out of sight. If you want to see any more or watch any longer, you're going to have to make stealth rolls. If you want to approach, you are welcome.
Did they? You said the horses at least look like they were from Amber's Peak. Do any of these people look?
The horses
familiar
don't
at
look
all?
like they're from Amber's Peak. They look like Galdane steeds, which are the same type of horses that you got from the Amber's Peak tribesfolk. But those tribesfolk in Amber's Peak come from far, far to the west. So these are like Western horses that were brought over from the neighboring nation. They are of a similar ilk to the ones that you all have stabled in Lingmel. By the way, you have expensive
Good to
horses
think
in
about where they
Lingmel.
were.
You just left them there without prepaying for stables either. Just
We
saying.
left them with Rigello's
Yeah,
mom.
my
Oh,
mom's watching
Your
them.
mom's watching them. Okay.
I'm not running up a tab somewhere.
So, there's a gathering going on. There's singing going on. There's about 15 people. There's horses and barges. And you have a decision about, do you approach, do you flee, or do you try to be sneaky?
Are there any Rust brothers among them?
Didn't look like it to you. Culturally, these people all look like they're dressed as Westerners, Galdanes.
And culturally, they're not known for being like overly aggressive or anything.
You are wanted among two different Galdane tribes because of what happened in Amber's Peak. Remember, they were all answering to Zertorm, and
So these might be, yeah. Bless you.
But we're only wanted if they recognize us. And these people could be from the west and not from Amber's Peak.
I say we just try and walk around them.
Yeah.
stay hidden, avoid bypass, go camp elsewhere.
Yeah. Well, we're
Yeah.
not, it's what time of day is it? It's daytime now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can continue to
think-
travel.
Yeah, just keep going.
Okay.
Yeah.
One
Man,
sec.
being wanted criminals is hard. I don't know how you do it.
You're doing great at
It's
it.
not easy.
That was daytime, so it's going to be. So you can end elsewhere in this hex and just avoid engaging with them completely, and then it's going to be evening time in this hex. Whoops.
But I thought we traveled in the morning.
No, the morning was wasted because of the tough terrain.
Okay.
And then
So we
in
didn't
the
have to do
daytime-
another lead the way roll for the next day. We just had to successfully make it across those vines.
Yeah.
That blockade. Okay.
You made it into this hex during daytime, had this encounter, avoided it, and now it is evening. Let me. Oh, here. Actually, let me reveal it the rest of the way here. All right. Fog of War. Let's reveal. There you go.
Ah, now I can see everything in that hex.
And go to the token layer, you stupid flag. All right, and then you go off, and it is evening time in this hex.
All right. I guess I'll try and make camp as best I can.
Okay.
Dahlia. can
Dahlia, if you wouldn't mind helping me.
She'll help. Lynn will sulk, and Grenrock will sleep, and Velas will keep watch. All right, you get +1 die. Let's get a make camp roll. Nice.
Yay!
On a mishap, I was just gonna say that those people found you.
Oh my goodness, I'm so glad that I succeeded.
Josh wants to run the book encounter so bad.
No. It just seemed to make the most sense. All right. Cool. You successfully make camp. Let's see if there is an encounter. No. And that's evening. You have a nice little campsite somewhere tucked deeper into the woods away from the shore where all these people are. And you are able to sleep. Grenrock, you want to keep watch? Cool. Alright. Nighttime, no encounters. Night passes uneventfully. Morning. Food rolls.
Yay! Boo!
Every time, Bill. You can keep not making water rolls because you're still bordering a lake hex. Once you have a day where you have not been next to a lake, you can go back to making water rolls.
I just like to succeed on something. Oh yeah, my empathy's back because I rested. Alright, I guess we're traveling again. Continue heading west.
Lead the way. Keep watch. Got a couple of hikers. Only one of you can keep watch in the morning. There we go.
Sorry.
All good. What direction are you hiking?
West.
West, around the lake.
All right. You head west along the shores of the lake. No encounter. Lead
Two
the way.
successes.
Success?
Look
All right.
at that lead the way.
Look at that. Beautiful. Progress. All right.
Our flag disappeared. Goodbye, flag.
Goodbye, flag.
You are
Dead.
somewhere deep inside this hex, and you have come upon a river. You're traveling through forest. It is still the southern edges of the Dankwood, so it's not dark forest. It is regular forest because it's bordering the edges of the lake. You are aware that the lakeshore continues along to the south of you, but you have stayed mostly away from it in this hex. Going to the shores of the lake will involve going into those other hexes. And you have come to a river. So it seems like the river is flowing north to south past you and feeding into the lake. So you will have to find a way to cross it at some point. You have no encounters in this hex, and it is now daytime.
How wide is the river?
One sec. It is about 125 feet across. It's a sizable river coming
Okay.
southward from the snowy peaks to the north, feeding
So it's
down
probably
into
pretty
the
frigid,
river.
too.
Yeah, it's gonna be cold. It's a spring thaw river. It's wider than usual because it is the time of year that the snow is melting off of those mountains. So there's a substantial current. It is cold, and it's about 125 feet across. There's actually rules for the river crossings. One sec.
Yeah, I imagine it's probably something like move, which is not going to happen. Do we want to like try and find a bridge or a small ford?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't think that swimming is gonna be our forte here.
Fords or bridges could be used to pass over a river. If you do not have one, you need a raft or a boat, or to swim across it.
We need a boat.
You have come to somewhat of an impassable thing here.
I mean, I guess we just follow the river north to try and find a bridge. We have like west. We're looking
Yeah.
for like ideally places that aren't going to be arresting us on the spot, and then also following up about one of the gems.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the orc one? Yeah, we're looking for orcs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so here's how this is going to be. It's you have to swim across it successfully to cross from one side to the other. And if you fail, you need to make an endurance roll against drowning to stay afloat and then get another swim roll. And if you continue failing both, you will drown.
Yeah, swimming's not an option. I have an endurance of 3 and a move of 4, so that's almost guaranteed drowning.
Yeah, we'll just keep moving northwest, and
Well,
it's gonna
northwest,
be a lot like.
north and northwest are both blocked by the river. You'll have to go northeast if you want to follow the river.
Yeah, we'll just do whatever we
Northeast.
can to follow. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh yeah, it's like a little.
This way
Here, I
we
didn't reveal enough
go.
for it to be clear. Let me give you a little more.
Wow, this lake is massive.
There's a little more. All right.
Yeah. I will try to lead the way once more.
All right.
I'm believing you.
It is. Let's go back to the exploration tab. Covering a lot of ground tonight.
Yeah, we're gonna reveal the whole map tonight.
That was daytime, so this is evening. If you're leading the way, you're leading the way in the dark.
No, that was morning.
That was
We
morning.
definitely just
That was
moved
morning.
into
We
this
just
next
rolled
morning.
food.
Okay,
Yeah.
so maybe I
Yeah.
moved it today before I moved everything over.
Yeah.
Because you
So now we're
camped out
traveling
to
for the
avoid
day
the
again.
people. Traveled one hex.
Yeah.
All right. That is a successful lead the way during daytime. Let me see if there are any encounters.
I'm gonna laugh if at some point Josh rolls like a bear encounter and he's like, "You encounter a very young-looking bear with honey jerky on his face."
All right, we're having an encounter.
Lich
Hold on.
honey?
You're following the river north into the Dankwood. We're getting into dark forest here, and we are having an encounter. Let's see what that is.
I'm just happy how much I've succeeded on lead the way rolls tonight.
You've been doing
I know,
better
you're
than
doing
the navigators
fantastic.
usually do.
I know, but you can't be our navigator, Brigello, because if you leave too, I'm just don't know what I'm gonna do.
I can guarantee you, if I leave this group, it will be through death alone because you guys have thoroughly saved my skin a handful of times. The only way I could repay you is leading you on.
Thank you, my friend.
I might actually, well, because I was thinking about putting 1 point into survival and giving me a 5 for hunting. I might do that on top of like eventually putting in stuff for Pathfinder. That way, maybe Raugar can do some things
Yeah,
outside of that. Because I think he was trying to do a lot more crafting stuff. I
I
think.
think so.
I mean, I think he has a high crafting at least.
Yeah, and I think he's got something for crafting as well.
Yeah.
I need to put more points into scouting.
Alexa, stop. Yours has an attitude too.
Yeah, she likes to give us weather updates.
I hate the one whenever it's down here. It's like,
Alright.
oh hey, there's a flood warning for your area, and it's like, yeah, but not really. Like, it just gets wet down here.
Let's reveal. Following along the river.
Please be a bridge. Dang it.
Make your way north. And
Please be a friendly encounter.
one sec.
You encounter a man with a gun.
All right. Let's do. Wait one sec.
Dang. I'm getting kind of scared with how much it's taking this counter to prep.
All right. Up ahead, along the river, a group of unwashed humans wearing. Actually, go ahead and make a
Keep
make a
watch.
scouting roll. Whoever was keeping watch. See if you succeed. Okay, no. You stumble upon a group of unwashed humans wearing worn-out clothes, all armed with simple weapons, clubs, rusty old swords. One of them has a meat hook. They are dirty. They look like they haven't eaten properly for some time. A large man with a black beard steps forward, eyes you down. Who's walking like they're the leader of this outfit?
I think Vergello's walking in front, but
I mean,
I'm
if I'm
probably
leading the
walking
way,
beside him.
yeah.
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 He's gonna make eye contact with you. He's big, tattooed guy with a black beard. He steps forward, he spits on the ground and puts his hand on the hilt of his rusty old sword. And he says, "What manner of dirt are you? What are you doing here? Don't you know who I am?"
I don't believe I've had the pleasure of meeting you, so I'm afraid I don't know who you are. I'm Vergello. We are simply looking for a way to cross the river.
Okay, there are 3 of them. It's the big guy and a girl and then a skinnier guy. And he says, "I'm Argon Twainbeard, and this here's my little plot. So you gotta pay the toll if you wanna go through. Time to ante up, unless you want trouble."
I'm afraid we have no money. But to avoid trouble, we could just let you live, and you could just, bugger off.
Bugger off,
When he
he
says that,
says.
I'm gonna pull the dagger just out of my hand and just start spinning it between my fingers.
And I'll grin real big, nice sharp teeth.
All right, then. They draw weapons, and we are gonna draw initiative. They're looking for a fight.
And to think I could have just gave him this big old bag of gold.
And I'll shake the bag that I'm holding on to.
He turns to the guy next to him.
Do
He's
you have
like,
a big bag of gold?
No, of course he doesn't. We're all poor.
I have a pouch of pyrite in my inventory.
"All right,
Fool's
here we go.
gold.
We're gonna.
Don't seem too smart.
I'm gonna do leader, skinny, and lady. We're drawing separate initiatives for everybody. First up is
Does Ralgar
Velas?
get in on the initiative?
huh? No, he
Does
does not.
Ralgar get in?
Wait, is he here?
Oh
He
yeah.
jumped in on Video Ninja, yeah.
Hello,
Is
Ralgar.
he gonna
Stream.
sneak on in?
I
Hi,
will.
Ralgar.
Okay, wait. Let me get you on the thing. Ralgar, you showed up for an initiative draw. You're going to be sneaking through the woods behind all this when it breaks out.
Hell yeah. So I'm not even in the initiative yet.
You're about to be. No one
I'm
knows you're
sneaking.
here.
No one knows I'm here. No one knows. I'm a sneaky wolf.
You are a sneaky wolf. One sec. Why is that not showing up? Oh, my bad. Camera feed. Ah, there we go. Welcome to the party. You all
Jeff, I
see Ralgar sneaking up behind these guys while they're drawing weapons. He's going to enter the initiative and be on the opposite side of them from everybody.
How did you get past those bushes?
What were you about to ask me?
I don't know if there's an actual thing for it. Is there a way to gauge what a NPC's like basic stats are? Like if I look at someone's like, oh, do they look like they would have like a high wits? Like I know with strength you can usually gauge something like that. I just didn't know if there's a way for me to gauge if this guy would have high wits.
These
or
folk,
lower wits.
the mental stats you can't really tell at a glance. You can only infer from the conversation, the quality of conversation you've had with them.
Right.
You can see that most of them are pretty rugged and built looking, but they also look tired and weary and hungry, and they are not very well equipped. They're all wearing cloth, but with sort of roughshod weapons.
Okay.
That's as much as you could tell just at a glance, but you can't know any
Okay.
of the specific numbers.
Right. Yeah.
Velas, you're on 8. Grunralk, you're on 2. You're going early. Vergello, you're going first. You got the ace. Relgar, you're on
You
10.
don't even have to tell me.
I'm
You-
just
I
kidding.
did-
I'm just kidding. You're on 5. You're in the middle. And then the bad guys, the leader's on 6, Skinny's on 7, and the lady's on 3. So we're going first to. First is Vergello.
Hey, Vergella, you want to switch initiatives?
Everybody has weapons drawn
No. I'm going to.
if you want to.
I'm going to pull out my lyre. I'm going to look the guy dead in the eye and then just play like a very like broken, discordant note.
Okay.
And just scream, then die. And I even use my Path of the War Cry level 3 ability.
Okay.
Your cry can strike fear into the heart of the most savage opponents. Your cry inflicts 1 point of wits damage to a single opponent within short range for every willpower you spend. They can attempt to resist the effect by rolling for insight. Each X rolled negates 1 point.
All right. I'll do an
Of
insight
damage.
roll for the guy.
Question: do I have to, before you do the insight roll, do I have to say how many willpower points I'm spending?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go all out. I'm gonna do 3, which will be 4 because of my
You spend 3 willpower points. You strum your what's it called? Your song
Lyre?
thing. Yeah, but your ability is called what?
it's Path of the War Cry.
Okay. Right. I'm gonna test this sound set. Hold on.
Screech.
Oh no. That's all wrong. I just need like low key combat music, but it's not on here. I just need something a little more
I just
ominous.
thought Bill pulled his trebuchet out there.
Uh-huh.
Launched a boulder through the air.
All right. So, yeah, you do that. He is going to roll to resist with insight. He gets 0 successes. You have
He takes 4.
You've
wits
broken
damage.
him on wits, which means critical injuries. Horror or other? Let's see. Broken on wits does what?
He starts
broken.
attacking his friends.
Broken to wits, fear, panic, and confusion. Read more under fear attacks on page 112. All right, here's what he's gonna do. Your music just breaks him down in a total panic. He is effectively eliminated from the combat, and he screams something about, oh god, the trees are closing in around me, and just goes running in the opposite direction. Then we're on initiative 2, and that is Grunrock.
Hello.
His 2 buddies are standing there like,
I want to run my way up and hamstring slash attack the closest one.
Okay.
No questions asked.
All right. He'll try to dodge it as best he can. He's going to take a -2 to do it while standing up. So he only gets 1 die.
Grunrock attacking is actually terrifying with all of those dice.
The guy fails. He can't even push it. He tries to jump out of the way. You do a slash attack that does base damage +2. What is base damage for that?
2.
So that's 4.
Base damage.
It's on the.
Did you go
it's
for
on
the
die
lady or
roll.
the skinny guy?
Oh yeah, it's damage too.
Okay.
He said the closest.
Which one was closest to me?
Whichever you choose.
The skinny guy.
All right. Roll 2d6.
I forget how to do that when it's not click a dice thing. Give me a sec. There it is.
Slash R 2d6.
That is a critical injury, 64 slit throat.
You missed the hamstring.
Well, that'll work.
In effect, the guy. So here's what happens. You're gonna go up to try to hamstring the guy. Were you trying to do this in a non-lethal way specifically, or were you just trying to make sure that nobody ran and do maximum damage possible?
The second.
Okay, so you swing for the legs just as this person turns to run, and you just chop across both legs, and the person is bleeding out, laying on the ground. Screaming out, falls to the ground, bleeding, grabbing the legs, passes out almost immediately, leaving only the lady looking panicked in every direction. And then she's next in the initiative, and she's gonna run for it, unaware that Ralgar is behind her and taking the very next turn. So she goes sprinting off into the woods, ends up adjacent to Ralgar, and then Ralgar gets a turn.
So it's my turn now?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
It is.
Oh boy. What are we gonna do here?
All aboard the murder train.
You know what? I'm just gonna pull my staff out and try to just trip her up, just whack her in the legs.
Okay. Go ahead and make a melee. Are you trying to knock her down rather than?
Yeah, I'm trying to knock her down rather than to kill her, but I mean, whatever happens, happens here.
Okay. Go ahead and make a melee roll.
Okay, how do I make sure it adds my staff to it? It should automatically do that. Oh, I clicked it next to my staff. No.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
If you click on the one for your staff, it should automatically add like any gear bonus. And
If you
whatnot.
forego doing any damage with this attack, I can say that if you succeed on it, she'll be knocked prone instead.
All right. Let's see. I mean, I want to try to knock her out. I want to aim for the head. I want to try to knock her out. I don't know. I don't know who these people are. I don't know why we're fighting them, but I'm gonna take a prisoner.
You
if I
heard
can.
some shouting and some threats, and then everybody drew weapons, and you were like, "Uh-oh." And then Vergello started strumming, and it was a really disturbing sound. A discordant
He usually feels that way about my music.
Yeah, you knock her legs out from under her. She has no idea what happened, and her face is in mud. And, yeah, you have an opportunity to say something or move if you want to.
I would like to move to kneel on her back.
Okay, you're just gonna stand over her and say something threatening.
Yeah. I will say, you smell terrible. Don't move, or I will finish you off.
Oh, God! It's a wolf monster! Don't kill me! The leader is still sprinting off into the forest. The other guy is bleeding to death, and she has surrendered and dropped her spiky club on the ground, arms thrown up. She's now completely unarmed. And I don't think we need to go any further in the initiative, to be honest. The
gonna
leader
start
goes
looting the
next,
pockets
and
of the
he
dead guy.
continues running into the forest.
Is the guy dead, or is he just laying on the ground footless?
The bleeding guy, he's
Yeah.
bleeding out, and without medical attention, he will be dead in seconds.
I'm gonna try and do a heal thing on him. I'll try to do healing.
Okay. It's not even minutes. It's a matter of rounds to receive a successful heal to stabilize him, or he's dead.
He can work in our stronghold. We'll call him Stumpy.
He's stable and
Damn,
unconscious.
Vergello. When did you get so good? What even is that?
That's a healing roll using the Lich's healing tools. He's got that
You
gilded
couldn't
set
help
of
Dahlia, but
he's got
you
that
helped this
gilded
Dahlia.
set of medical
no Dahlia.
tools from the Lich dungeon.
I rolled so good, I just accidentally put the foot back on, but I swapped the feet.
What?
So his left is on the right.
The theater of my mind, he was afraid to hurt Dahlia. This guy doesn't care. He's just playing around.
Oh, yeah.
He ends up making it work.
The other thing was man, I'm not gonna waste my last willpower on this guy, so I gotta make this work.
Okay, she's got her hands up and she's like, "Don't eat me, wolf man."
I just
She's
looked at her
trembling. She reeks. She smells like she hasn't bathed in God only knows how long.
and I-
She's trembling in
You
fear, and
smell-
she sees her friend just lying on the ground in a pool of blood over there while your friend is stitching him up. And she's like, "If it's gonna be torture, just put me out of my misery." She
If you
says,
smelled any better, you might be my next snack. I just grab her by her hair and drag her back to the group.
"Ah!" You're dragging
Hey,
her through the
Ralgar.
mud.
Oh, hello, friends.
Lynn is
I
just grinning
found
ear
you.
to ear, seeing you come back,
Hey, big
dragging
guy!
some lady by the hair.
You showed
And then
up
I
at the
just
perfect
want
time.
to, I just take a sock out of my pack and I throw it towards Velocis and go, "Here, you can have this back now."
Thanks. What is it?
It's a
Oh.
sock.
Yeah, I
Your
just took it so I
Wait,
could
sorry.
find you.
You just took one of my socks? You didn't
Yes.
bring me back anything? Just the sock?
But it's not like I went shopping. I just took this with me so I wouldn't get lost when I was trying to find you again.
I'm gonna elbow Veloc in the thigh.
He's learning from you.
Except the giving back part.
Lynn is gonna get right down in this lady's face and get eye to eye with her from like 6 inches away and go, "This is why you shouldn't mess with my friends. This is gonna go very badly for you." And you see little sparks kind of coming out of her eye sockets while she's staring at this lady.
Chop, chop. Oh, Lynn,
All right.
I am so proud of you.
Chop chop. Give me the goods. What you got? You've been robbing people for I don't know how long.
I don't imagine they have anything.
Hey, big guy, can I take the lady for a second?
Oh, yeah, here you go. And I just pick her up and I throw her at you.
Who are you searching?
I'm searching the dude.
I'm
Okay.
gonna like fireman's carry her towards the river and just dunk her. And drag her back.
The dude has 2 copper pieces and a rusted short sword that is almost worthless. It probably takes a penalty because it is on its last durability point. You
Okay.
find tracks
keep the sword.
leading off a little ways toward a clearing where it looks like there might be a burned out campfire nearby within sight.
Okay. I will check that out in just a sec. Actually, I'll go check it out right now. Grunrock, search your pockets, will you?
Okay, but I gotta get her to the river first. I can hardly breathe with this stinking.
You're echoing
Drag
through
her
her
off
mic,
again.
by the way. You should both
I'm
probably
gonna
use push
dunk
stop.
her like 3 or 4 times in the river. She probably thinks she's being waterboarded.
Ah!
And that's because she is.
And then I walk over to her after that and give her a sniff. And I look her in the eyes. Everyone's looking her in the eyes right now. She must have amazing eyes. I look her in the eyes, right down my snout, and I say, "Okay, now that you have had your bath, I am going to explain what will happen next. I promise, no matter what, none of us will kill you. But if you don't tell us what you want, you will suffer a fate far worse than death. I will rob you of almost every year you have left and leave you sitting right at the end of the thread of your life."
No roll required. She's scared shitless.
I just
That was a new trick,
step
big guy.
back.
I'm. Where's the guy who got scared off? I just imagine like he's occasionally like running past, screaming still about trees.
He went sprinting
Like
off into
running-
the forest.
Okay.
He went next in the initiative after the lady got taken down and spent a full turn running again.
He's
Which puts him
probably
ahead of
gonna
everybody
go
by a
turn
turn
into
and a
bones
half.
in the Dankwood.
Okay.
So you can go running after him if you want to try to track him down, but he's effectively escaped combat.
Yeah, I'm not that interested. If he's gone, he's gone. I just wanted to make sure he wasn't like still hanging around.
His screams
screaming or something.
disappeared off into the forest, and you've not heard from him for a good minute.
I'm gonna go to their camp. Like, hey, Lynn, you wanna come with me?
Yeah. She's gonna
Cool.
come on after
Just
you.
gonna walk to the camp, look and see if there's anything interesting.
She's smiling way too much for having just witnessed somebody's legs getting slashed and somebody being driven insane.
And I'll turn to Vergello. "Anything you want to ask her, she's all yours." And I'm gonna stomp off and go with the girls.
Go with the girls. Girls looting trip. Yeah, I want to ask the girl. What are you guys just out hoping to run across people and stealing from them? What?
We're
you
so
guys doing out here?
hungry. We just wanted to eat.
Don't you think you should have like tried robbing us for food? Where's a store that you guys are gonna buy food from around here?
Well, the local liege lord might sell some. He's a castle right over that way. She gestures off to the west. Or the east, rather.
How- Okay.
Northeast.
Yeah. You guys clearly aren't doing a very good job of robbing people. You could have spent better time foraging for food, if anything.
I was never cut out for this kind of work.
Banditry?
Yeah.
I
Ever
have a
since
quick
we were
question.
banished, it's just been scraping to survive. There's hardly ever food in this place.
You got banished from the castle
Yes,
area.
we got
But you were
banished.
gonna try to buy food from them.
Well, we know folks in the town, outside of the castle walls. The Lord doesn't
What's
like
the
us
town's
much,
name?
but well, it's named after the castle itself, Oakbourne. Castle Oakbourne and the town of Oakbourne surrounding it.
Okay. New question: why didn't you just go down to Aylesbury?
Aylesbury? Which way is that?
Southeast. A good ways.
I don't know of it. Since the blood mist parted, I haven't left. I've been living in the same village my whole life. I've heard tale of some neighboring towns. My uncle went to a place called the Hollows and says that it's full of the walking dead, and when I heard that, I decided I was never going anywhere.
Well, that's true. We ran into them as well.
Well, it's now evening time, right? We traveled into this hex, and it's gonna be evening time.
I'll check. Yeah. It's going to be evening time next. This was the end of the daytime encounter.
Why don't we just set up camp here? Like, I'll do some fishing, get you guys a little bit of food, and try to go to Aylesbury or the Hollows somewhere. Maybe try and do honest living rather than very poorly robbing people.
Is
in the
Aylesbury a
middle of
nice
nowhere.
place?
It was. I don't know what's like now.
You're still echoing through Amy's mic.
Yeah, Amy, you're echoing.
Sorry, I didn't realize my mic was unmuted.
She says anything to get away from the undead. I can't stand such tales.
I mean,
I'll
the
go-
Hollows really isn't that bad either, but I mean, Aylesbury is at least closer.
If there's not corpses walking around in Aylesbury, I'll go there. Just tell me where it is and let me go. I promise you'll never hear from me again.
Okay, I mean, we'll tell you generally how to get there. Do you want to camp here for the evening? Your friend's probably not good to walk just yet.
She turns and looks at him and looks deeply concerned. And
I stabilized him. He's
Yeah.
fine. He's gonna live.
stabilized. And she's like, "We don't have any food. Unless you can feed us. I have to
I'll-
keep moving."
I'll try and get you some food before you guys go. Just don't attack us when we're sleeping, and if your friend manages to run back here, you'll have to explain it to him. Otherwise, him being afraid of the forest closing in is going to be the least of his worries.
She nods quietly and sits, still looking a bit paranoid. Meanwhile, Velasa and Lynn are going to go investigate their camp.
Woo.
It is not a pretty sight. They have bags of dirty clothes. They have bones of past meals. They have evidence of
several nights worth of campfires scattered around this area, and no food, and no money, and no supplies. And a makeshift shelter made out of tree branches sort of bowed together to create a little bit of shelter over where they have bed rolls that are just their clothes that had too many holes in them to keep wearing, that they have wadded up and spread out on the ground.
While not a pretty sight, is it like a camp we can kind of reuse a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
So we wouldn't have to make a
Make camp roll.
camp
Well,
roll.
this is the most disappointing plunder I've ever been a part of. Can't
Are
all
you
be signet
marauders?
rings, though, Lynn.
Oh, she's not there.
Sorry.
Sorry, I
Oh.
thought you were talking in front of her. Lynn's like, yeah, and she's just kicking around in the ashes of the fire and shaking her head. She says, I don't feel bad. They were going to die with or without us. I think we might as
Yeah.
well just kill them.
Well, no. We shouldn't just kill for the sake of killing. Because then we start, like, towing towards evil.
So let them die
I mean, if they're
slower.
attacking-
Got it.
I mean, that's essentially what elves do with every other being. Is that not the life that you want? To just die slower?
That shuts her up, and she just stares at the ashes of last night's fire, thinking about it for a while.
Yes! Shut this kid up.
Yeah. So you can reuse their camp. It's at least a dry
Yeah.
place with a spot for a fire that's isolated enough to be out of the way. Set back a little
Let's
from
do
the
that.
river.
Um,
Dahlia's gonna
I'm
approach Ralgar. Where have you been?
I went to meet my master.
Bum bum bum. Who's that?
I will not share his name, but he is who taught me the magic that I know.
Thanks for sparing us that meeting.
You would not have enjoyed it. He is not a nice man. Fortunately, I do not have to see him again. This was the last of our arranged meetings. He said he is going away for a long time.
Well, that's good, I suppose.
I think so. I have learned all I could learn from him. I am done with him.
Really? What does he
Yes.
think of us?
Well, I think maybe we should all talk about this for a second, because I found something out.
Okay.
found something out.
Let's all go
Does
chat
everyone
by
want
the
to
campfire.
gather
I guess.
around?
As soon as I hear that, I will come over for sure. Start pulling out my fishing net for the evening.
Evening. Anyone who wants to gather around the campfire. Anybody who's in the camp can be part of this conversation around the fire.
Is this
I'm making my
conversation
way
going to
there,
take
yeah.
the whole quarter day?
I can't imagine it'll take us.
Okay, it's fine. It
How
won't
many
take
hours are in
That's fine.
days in this world?
I was just figuring out who's where, but if it's just a single conversation, then yeah, let's gather everybody around the campfire. Everybody
Yeah.
place yourselves on whatever you want to do for this quarter day, and then we'll jump to the campfire conversation.
All right, we've already made camp, so I am going to be tinkering with my. I'm going to be trying to repair my armor while we talk.
Okay.
Do I have a token? I don't have a token right now. Where's my token?
Falas. Grenrock is getting comfy while over to the side by the fire within earshot.
We need a Ralgar token.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My
I don't have
bad.
one.
One sec, I just have it hidden. Ralgar. There you go.
Oh, thank you very much.
There's that handsome boy.
No,
All
he's
right.
a good boy.
He is a good boy. All right.
Yeah. We got it. We'll take it from here. Thanks, Josh. Just doing a quick read through of this again. Okay. Back to Ralgar voice. My master and I, as you have found out, we are practicers of the darkest of magic. We are practicers of death magic.
Lynn is going.
Oh,
And
Lynn.
Dahlia's going.
As such, we do not like to flaunt our abilities. We tend to stick to ourselves. We tend to be more secretive than others. My master, every time I would see him, he would give me... I do not know what this word means. We wolves do not have a word for it, but he would call it the latest gossip. All I know is it would be stories of things that he has heard, news that he has heard recently. And I fear that he may have betrayed our group. He does not know that I travel with you. He does not know that I have made new friends. But he told me that some people that have hired him to work with them in the past are looking for a raven-haired elf. And apparently she stole a golden crown. He says it's the most valuable treasure in all of history. I told him that we almost found the honey lich, but when we got to Aylesbury, it was empty. I did not want him knowing that we found the honey lich, and he told me that this crown is more valuable than even the honey lich's flesh. I worry because it means that he will be looking for it. When he asked me if I had heard of it, I told him I have never seen such a crown. And he told me if I see it, I should try to find him again immediately. I worry that we will be hunted. And that's what I learned. It's so good to see all of you again.
Good to see you too, Ralgar. Well, it's not good to know that we have a necromancer looking out for us now too, hunting us
Add that to
rather.
the list
And
of people
his-
who want to kill me.
He frequently did work for the Rust Brothers. I know. So I fear that they are looking for us as well. And I don't say you, I say us. Because I kept our secret. He didn't even know that I'm younger. I took ash from my campfire and I put it in my beard and I rubbed it in my fur and I made myself look old and I walked like this and I pretended I was limping and he thought I was still old.
Lynn's cackling in the corner at this performance.
More Rust Brothers to kill!
That's right there.
Oh god.
Sounds like another
Yeah.
stupid wizard worth taking out, says Lynn.
I agree. We should take him out.
How? You said he's worked with the Rust Brothers in the past.
Yes.
Is he working with people right now, or is it him by himself?
I do not know. He has always kept his secrets, and anytime he tells me one thing, I know that he means two other things. I just don't know what they are. He has always been that way.
Any idea how he found
And
out
it's
about
not-
this golden crown?
Yes, he heard from it in the last town that he was visiting. Apparently there is word out about a rogue elf that stole a treasure from their own elven city. They are calling her a betrayer.
I can't believe you would do something like that, the Lost.
What? What?
So while she unpacks that, Ralgar, you're not gonna have any issue if, you know, we come into physical conflict with your old master. I mean, it's not gonna upset you if Grunrock tries to give him a pedicure like he did with this fella here, is it?
I would not be upset, and I tell you that honestly, but I don't think we can take him.
Oh, I don't anticipate us being very successful in such an endeavor either. I just want to make sure that it's not going to offend you should the worst come to worst in that.
Oh, hey, if you want to sneak up on him in his sleep and slit his throat, that's fine by me. But in an honest fight, well, there is no honest fighting with him. I thought he had taught me everything he knows. I think there is more that I do not know about my magic.
All right. Well then, very dangerous necromancer. What does he look like? So we know.
Oh,
Recognize.
yeah, you'll know him because he's always wearing this stupid mask. I hate it. It's big and chunky and metallic. But if you look under his mask, it is hiding the most hideous face you have ever seen.
Wait.
Yeah, oh, it could be a surprise. I won't tell you if you want to see it.
I trust the ugly part. What was this mask again?
It's a big metal mask.
Where?
Do you want to describe it in detail the way that it actually
Yeah,
looks?
I'm looking. I'm scrolling back up. Give me a second here.
Yeah, it's like a lopsided, jagged metal mask with a lot of pointed edges and rust all over it, and it makes it look like a shifted face where one side is kind of lower than the other. It's kind of disturbing looking.
Does it sound familiar?
Yeah.
Cure Master.
Yes.
Just give me his name.
I am scared to give you his name.
Oh God, I think I already know it. Please tell me so I can be wrong, Ralgar. Please tell me so I can be wrong.
I cannot say it out loud.
What? It's just Sir Torm.
Oh, I do not know that name.
What does he go by?
Zygofer?
No, that is not his name either. His name starts with a C, but I cannot say it.
I've never been so relieved in my entire life.
How do you spell it?
Okay. I do not know. I'm scared that this... Okay, I will give you the first 3 letters. If I spell the whole thing, it might be like me saying it, and I do not want to say it. It starts with a C, and then the little line with the dot at the top, and then an A.
Oh God. Oh God, no. This is quite possibly worse. This is quite possibly worse.
Oh, and the
This is
end of his
Zygofer
name
is their
sounds like the end of my name.
Zygar. Yeah?
I did not say it.
I said it. Oh, fuck me.
And my tail just goes back between my legs, and my ears go down.
Who is this?
Yeah, you want to share with the class who's gonna kill us now?
Candidly, this guy's been after me since before I met you guys. I just wanted to do a little bit of light reading. May or may not have lifted a journal off of him
Oh no, Velas.
where I learned about this and I went hunting for it. He's the one probably who put the original bounty on my head. Remember we heard the song in the bar in the Hollows. This is
I am getting nervous now. And I'm looking around. I do not think that he followed me. But it sounds like he...
I am also actively looking.
Well, I'm gonna go fishing. This has been a fantastic horror story to go to sleep to. So yeah, I'm gonna try and get some food for our new friends. That,
Wake me up
we
when
have.
it's my watch.
No problem.
Ralgar and Velas are freaking out. Lynn is just giggling. Dahlia is like just staring off in contemplation, and the other two are like, whatever.
Like, no, he still thinks of me as a pup. He does not think I could deceive him. I deceived him. He would never think I would deceive him.
Ralgar, please.
No way he would
tell
follow
me
me.
that you deceived him. Please tell me that you met him far, far, far away from where we're at.
Oh, I mean, yeah, it was a ways away. But he has no reason to think No, I deceived him.
It's
would never
been
think I would lie to him.
3.5 days since your departure, by the way.
So, at least a day and a half each way.
Um,
With your survival rolls, yeah, that's probably like 1x.
It's
Hey,
like
I roll
50
great
paces.
when I'm not with a group, okay?
and you said that he learned about the crown because he had passed through the still mist?
Okay, I will tell you what he told me. He said he heard news of it in the last town he was in, and he heard of the traitor elf who had betrayed all of the elves. So, I do not know exactly where he heard of it, but I cannot imagine he was all the way up there. They would not like him up there. They did not like me up there.
Just because they didn't like you doesn't mean they wouldn't like them.
I'm more handsome than he is.
Well, I didn't deny that, buddy. But
Lynn is
they
still
don't-
laughing. Dahlia is just going,
the rust. Oh God. Oh God. Josh, does
Yeah?
hair dye exist in this universe?
I can do you one better. Elves can change their
Shape
appearance. It just takes a very long time.
How long is a long time?
Couple of weeks if you willpower your way into it. You don't have to. I don't mean like game willpower. I mean elves appearance because their bodies are constantly regenerated by their stone. They can slowly change what they look like. You can start growing hair of a different color, but it will take until your hair grows out and you cut off the black hair for it to be replaced. So it could take
I'm
a long
gonna
time.
start growing blonde hair. And
You could do away with it completely if you.
You just see Veloz sit there.
I can't commit to all of that.
Just
That's a lot
shave
even
it
for
off
me.
with a phantom dagger.
Nope.
How badass would it be for you to be sitting by the river just going, oh, damn it.
I will. I might like trim
I don't
it.
catch anything. There's like hair in my net.
I'll,
What the hell?
I'll trim it.
Veloz would
and
be
do,
so
like,
intimidating.
With a buzz fade on the side, just try to like cut it as short as I can on the side, and give it just kind of like, instead of it being like long and in a ponytail now, it is like short, and I am like trying to will it to grow blonde, but it's not all gone. I can't have no hair, guys. Come on.
Well, eventually.
I take some ash from the campfire and I just rub it on your head and I go, this fooled him last time.
Adam's solving every problem this session by rubbing ash in people's hair.
My hair is already black. I'm trying to get it a different color, Ralgar.
Hey,
That'll
Veloz.
be gray.
Yes, Ralgar.
So you stole his journal.
Yep.
And is that where you learned about the crown?
No.
So what did you learn from his journal?
The dagger.
Let's see. I learned about the dagger.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. So he did not know that you were seeking the crown.
No, I decided to seek the crown on a whim. I decided to do it because I was told I couldn't.
The whole reason I'm asking is because you could not have found the crown without my help. And I learned of the Veil of the Dead from him. I'm worried that we are being manipulated.
Veloz. Or not
Yes.
Veloz, sorry, Vergello. You're the same person. Your fishing mishap is that your net gets snagged on the bottom. You have to make a might roll to successfully loose it to keep it. And if you fail the might roll, it will get lost into the depths of the river and washed away.
I swear if I lose this, I'm going to go put that crown on and get that guy to tell me how to make a better net.
And after you do that, I need a 2-minute AFK. And then we've still got a little bit for the session. Okay.
Whoa.
Nice.
Okay,
Nice.
there
You're
we go.
good. You're good.
I saw Ralgar's roll and I was like, whoa, that's way too many dice for my might.
I need a 2-minute AFK. Everybody want to take a 2-minute break real quick?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get a drink.
All right, cool. Sorry, Adam. I know you just showed up, but we'll take a 2-minute
all
break,
good.
and then we've still got like another hour or something. So, all right, baby. And we're back. We got about another hour. Let's do it. All right. Welcome back.
I succeeded on my crafting roll.
When last we left our heroes, the DM had to pee. You succeeded on your crafting roll to do what?
To repair his
To
armor.
repair my armor. Give it a point back.
Okay. Nice. Good deal.
And I succeeded on getting my fishing net unstuck.
Cool. All right. So it is evening time. We have fished. There's no encounter for keep watch. Fishing. Was anybody making camp?
We didn't
You
have
said
to.
we didn't
You
have
said-
Ah,
to.
that's right. You're
You
in
said
it.
we didn't have to.
Yeah. I'm supposed to remember what I said like 10 seconds
You gotta
ago.
stay on top of these DMs these days.
All right. We are
Wouldn't have
on
to if we
to
used an AI.
nighttime. I'm not going to grace that with a response.
Yeah, I'm just
I've
gonna
been an
laugh
AI
at
the
it.
whole time, so
I don't know about the
Joke's
eye
on you.
part.
I believe it.
I've been artificial this whole time. All right, so nighttime. Who's keeping watch? Guess we got Grunrock on keep watch. Everybody else
Yeah.
slipping.
Yeah.
That's sipping.
Slippy slips. No encounter. Morning. Rolls for foods.
Yes.
I'm gonna. Can I roll for food for the girl, and if I can do it again, the guy, with my dice, because I couldn't fish anything for him. Try to give them some rations for the day so they can travel.
Your question was, can you give food to the dude?
The people who I was trying to fish for, I have one.
Yeah.
I have one d6. Can I roll that d6 to feed them
Yeah.
for the day?
Yeah, for each person you feed.
Yeah. So first one for her, and that's it. That's all that I do.
Does she
All right, the
eat
wounded
the
guy
last
is
of your
starving.
food? I'll give him some.
To be fair,
I rolled first. He got some of mine.
All right. And
And now you're out.
no, he
No,
hasn't.
I
Now
have
he's
a
down to a
D6.
D6.
Oh, he's
I'm pretty sure I've failed every single food roll.
you failed like 4 in a row or something, 4 or 5 in a row. Something ridiculous. The food's been rough on you. Okay.
Do we
I'll
want
walk
to?
over and just drop
I mean-
some of the fish that Virgillo made onto his chest. Sorry, I almost cut off your legs forever. And walk away.
Don't kill me. He's like halfway trying to crawl on his arms every time you get near him. He's terrified of you.
All right, you guys. We tell them where to get to Aylesbury.
And they
and
walk
you
away.
let them know if you saw a raven-haired girl and she was very nice.
Actually, don't even say you saw a raven-haired girl. Don't mention that.
Him
I
and the
don't know
girl are
why
looking
you-
back and forth, hearing conflicting things.
Yeah, don't. You didn't see us, like, and also don't rob anyone anymore.
Right. We didn't see anybody, and nothing happened. And the people we did see, who we didn't see, they were great.
There's a real nice huntsman that could use a few helpers. Don't tell him we sent you.
I
Yeah.
have placed a curse on both of you. If you describe what happened, you will die. Okay, bye. And I start wagging my tail again.
Through the camp, the other guy just runs, still screaming, "The trees!"
Dahlia's walking alongside you, and she's like, "Did you really put a curse on them?"
No, Dahlia, no. Come on. People think I'm scary. You gotta lean into it. I'll teach you how to be scary if you want to.
You mean you just made that up?
Of course I did. Have you never lied to
just-
anyone before?
You just lied.
I guess I never think about it.
I mean, okay, the way I see it, if you're being scary, you're not lying. It's their fault for being scared.
She definitely has lied before. She told me I'm nice.
Oh, but you are nice. You're one of my best friends. And you, Velas, you're one of my best friends. And Vergello, I still don't like your music. Except that one song that you played that made that guy scream and run through the woods. He's still running. Look! Okay, You wanna stay here and try to find
Dahlia's
someone-
going, Vergello, your music is beautiful. Don't listen to what anybody has to say otherwise. And then Lynn just sort of pushes through the crowd and she's like, there's no such thing as niceness. Let's go.
It's not a phase, Mom.
Is it just me, or is the ticking time bomb a little more time bomby?
She's walking through the forest and there's like bark falling off trees while she walks past them.
Hey, Lynn, chill out.
Check your teenage angst. You're gonna burn the forest down.
All right, let's pop
Well,
back to the
also, I
map.
think I
shall
love
we?
you. Do we want to move, or do we want to stay by the river and spend a day fishing for food? And
I was
foraging?
gonna
Well,
ask-
we should move 1 hex.
The
And-
river goes north. The castle that they mentioned was to the northeast, and
Oh, and I'll tell you this too. My master, I have to stop calling him that. He is not my master anymore. Huh, I will be his master one day. He told me, and he could have been lying, that he was going to the southwest. He said that he was going somewhere that is called the Holdfast of Vaughn, whatever that is.
Doesn't sound familiar to me. And I'm not gonna roll the lore to find out.
It definitely sounds familiar to me. Like maybe we talked about it yesterday, 2 days
no
ago,
reason to think he was
8
lying.
weeks ago.
So are we going to travel, or are we gonna stay here and try and forage and fish?
I think we should move 1 hex.
We should probably put a little dirt underneath us, but we need
Okay.
to fish and try and find a ford soon.
All right, let's try and move 1 hex then, and ideally spend the day. I have no food, so ideally spend the day for like if everyone can like forage or fish or do something for food gathering, and I can just try and cook everything and stock us all
Wait,
up. That would be
Vergello,
perfect.
did you not eat this morning?
I did. Grunrock
Oh,
fed
okay,
me.
good. Because I was going to laugh at you and not give you any of my food.
Thank you.
So sorry, juggling a couple things. You're going north.
Ooh, lead the way.
Yeah.
Yep, let's do it. So I will kick us to exploration. All right, everybody, be where you want to be for the morning. Those people head off to the. So you're going north. Castle was northeast. Southeast is the direction that your prisoners went. Southwest is the direction that Ralgar had a lead on his guy going. Spreading out. Things in every direction. So we're going north along the river. Successful lead the way.
You see, Vergello, I told you I am very good at leading the way.
I'm very happy.
Also, I think you smell nice.
Thank you.
All right. No encounter. And can I get the lead the way person to just roll a straight d6?
Yeah, you sure can. Uh-oh.
I'm afraid you do not find a natural ford.
What you mean with that beautiful one?
It was pretty beautiful.
In fact, the river gets deeper.
Class 5 rapids.
All right. Yeah, you make your way north into the Dankwood further. You are now in the deepest, darkest reaches of the Dankwood, much like the area around Red Hook Redoubt. The going is tough. There is almost no natural sunlight making its way in. It's not as damp and cold as it was in the early springtime, but This is thick forest, slow going, and lots of river rapids and treacherous waters that you're passing.
Do we see any like salmon spawn hopping their way up the rapids or anything like that?
Occasionally.
Okay.
Bill,
This looks
you're
like a
muted.
great spot to fish.
A great fishing spot, huh?
Am I
I hear
muted?
you.
Never mind. It was
I have
Okay.
Bill's
Never
video is
seen-
delayed
I
relative to
also
everybody
lose
else's
it.
for some reason. Don't know why.
My body's just lagging today.
All right. So here we go. It is daytime now.
Every time. All right. We're doing this? We finding food?
Yeah, what are you doing during the daytime? We got a fisher. We got...
Yeah, what do we roll for forage? Do we roll lore?
Forage is at a -1 in the springtime, though that's going to go away soon because it's going to be summertime soon. And it is survival. We got Veloz on keep watch. Ralgar, what you want to do?
I'll forage.
Okay.
Did you say it's a -1 because it's spring?
Yeah. All right.
I can hear you, Bill. Oh,
Alright.
he left. Josh, Bill was trying to ask you a question. I don't know if you heard his mic.
Yeah, Bill's lagging out for some reason.
All right, so normally
I
I'd be
did not
rolling a
hear him.
5, so I'll roll 4.
Um,
Oh yeah!
Amy, were you saying you could hear me?
I could hear you. Josh could not for some reason.
And Josh still not hear me?
I hear you now.
I was gonna ask if there was a penalty or a bonus for being in the Dankwood or in a forest or something.
Oh,
Or just
yeah, one
I
second.
couldn't remember if that was a thing.
I mean, I'll take my roll as is, but yeah, I'd like
Dark
to
Forest is -1 to foraging, no modifier to hunting. Difficult terrain for movement purposes. So
Well, go ahead and roll
foraging is at a -2 right now because it's springtime in a dark forest.
All right,
But
I
you
only did a -1, but I did 2 successes, so just take one of my successes
Okay,
away.
you're
But-
good.
Wait, you've got Grunrock, Dahlia, and Lynn all with you. So you should have rolled 3 more dice. Right?
No,
One for each person who's helping?
No, I think it's just a +1, isn't it? Or
you
someone's
gotta
helping you.
declare if you want people to help you on a die roll. You gotta declare it before rolling the dice.
Well, I got
Otherwise, you're making
successes,
separate
so
forage rolls.
Yeah, how many successes does Ralgar have, Josh? He rolled 2, but this was before
We're
we
removing the
knew it was a
last die
-2.
in the bottom second row there, so he has one success.
One success. Okay. That's what I wanted to get clear on.
Yeah.
better than nothing.
All right. And I catch 1 fish.
Okay. Grunrock, did you take a -1 or a -2?
I only clicked -1, but I wouldn't have got it either way. So
Okay. So that's nothing for Grunrock. 1 fish for Vergello. 1 unit of vegetables for Ralgar. And Grunrock, we're
And I
going to see if
promptly
anything
hand that over to
happens
Vergello.
on your foraging. And Grunrock, you actually find a unit of vegetables. You find a unit of wild mushrooms.
I do or Adam does?
He said you do. You're just a typical white man failing upwards.
On that, I was talking to Grunrock because you did that was survival to forage, right? Or were you doing something else?
It was, but I only took a -1, and wouldn't that negate the one
Well-
success that I got?
Just, well, you roll negative, right? Just roll a d6, and if it's a 6, then it cancels out that success. Because in that purple dice a -1?
Yes.
Yeah, so I would say just...
Oh,
that's
yeah,
up to
roll
Josh,
another-
but-
It's a failure.
No, every success on a negative die takes away a success, so that does nothing. So you still succeed. So you got 1 success on your foraging roll. Is how it should work.
All right. So that's 3 units of food.
Yeah. Sounds like
Sorry
there was
for
a
that
bit
being
of stream
confusing.
stability issues here. Elric says there was some lag on Twitch.
That could have explained why you were ignoring me.
For some reason, I hear everybody fine, but you dropped off. Everybody else was still talking and video streaming. Let's see if it
Because
looks
you're so
like...
far away.
Is it... Are we working on Twitch right now? Should I restart the stream and see if it helps?
Let me see.
It says we're live, but I'm giving it a sec to load.
Looks
It's
functional to
playing
me.
for me. Yeah.
Okay. If it seems good, we'll keep going. It sounds like it had a blip a bit, but we didn't have like an actual disconnect. All right. So, anyway, yeah. So we got a unit of vegetables for Grunrock, unit of vegetables for Ralgar, unit of fish for Vergello. No encounter, and that
Time
is
to make camp.
Yeah, evening time. Let's do it.
All right, Dahlia's gonna help me, right?
Sure.
So that is survival +1. Roll to make camp. Whoops. I failed at making camp.
Okie dokie.
Huzzah.
Make camp. Let's see what happens.
Hopefully I was able to get a fire started at least, so Vergello can cook.
All right.
Yeah, that's why I'm waiting. I rolled to see if I could at least cook all 3 pieces, which I can, but
You do successfully camp for the night, but a bad thing is going to happen in the process due to a camping mishap. I randomly determined a party member that this was going to happen to, and the answer was Ralgar.
Yes!
And Ralgar, you were hanging your pot over a fire on a couple of sticks to try to cook something, or to prepare to cook something, and it rolled off of the sticks, rolled down a hill, bounced off a couple of rocks, and then hit a big rock and cracked at the bottom of the ditch, and now your pot is punctured.
Ah, no, not my pot. Oh, God, these wolf thumbs are so bad at carrying things.
You are now potless until you succeed on a quarter-day crafting roll to repair it, and if that fails, it is permanently broken.
It's alright, I know a guy.
I don't know why you were putting your pot up there. I literally have my field kitchen. I'm getting ready to.
It's part of the look. It's just making camp survival guide. Step 7 is hang the pot above the fire. It's what you have to do to make the camp. I fucking just.
Alright, I'm going to cook.
Scratching my ear.
Right.
I have 4. I'm able to cook all of it. I have 4 units of food, 4 dice of food.
Okay, nice.
I don't know what everyone's food situation is.
I'm sitting at a D8 still.
I also have a D8.
So why don't you just take you and Grunrock up to D8s?
Yeah, Grunrock, you were down to a D6, right? Okay.
He was.
Yeah. I will give one of it to Grunrock, so he will be at a D8, and I will take 3 to be at a
Do
D10.
it.
And hopefully I won't just constantly roll 1s.
We'll see.
Statistically, it shouldn't still be happening.
Shouldn't, but
Okay. All right. So we have. Let's see. Oh, are we having lag again? Looks like Bill dropped off for me.
no, I'm here. I just turned my camera off for a sec.
Oh, okay. We're good. Okay.
Can't keep getting away with this.
All right. At least it's been more stable.
Broke my pot.
Yeah, I did do that, didn't I? It's kind of like your firstborn.
I carried it for so long.
It is your most prized possession. All right. We are on to nighttime, I think.
Nighttime?
Yep, nighttime.
Yeah. I'm just sleeping. Sleep.
Sleep.
Wait. Grunrock's keeping watch, right?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and move him.
Yes, thank you.
There is... There's an
While I'm
encounter.
sleeping, I'm just like yipping in my sleep. Pot. Pot. My pot.
It's beautiful.
Pot.
He's broken.
Empathy's gone.
It's amazing. All right, one sec. Dark Forest. 16. What do we got? What do we got? All right. Grenrock, let's get a scouting roll.
Okay.
Remember, you do have night vision.
Nice. Grenrock.
Yeah, I don't think I need to spend anything for. Oh, that's stealth. Never mind. Sorry.
You have, in the distance, heard one loud outcry echoing from the distance, accompanied by a rustling high up in the trees, some distance outside of the camp, and sounds of snapping of branches and things. There's kind of a ruckus, and the canopy is disturbed, and you hear a ah!
How close is the ag?
It echoed from a distance, and you're pretty sure that your goblin eyes spot movement in the trees maybe 300 feet from your camp.
Do
Way
we have
off
a
in the
fire
canopy.
currently lit?
You guys?
Yeah. Is there a fire lit?
You have a small fire lit, yeah.
I'm gonna kick dirt over the fire.
Okay, you put the fire out.
Put it out.
Okay,
Yeah. And just sit real still
okay.
and look in that direction. I just want to kind of like keep my eyes on it. Should I roll a stealth check for the camp?
No. You don't need to do that. Time is going to pass, and you occasionally hear curses in the common tongue and the dwarven tongue being shouted from the treetops off in the distance. You hear a sound that sounds like an axe hitting wood. Thunk, thunk, off in the distance. Just sputtering, spouting dwarven curses, and then quiet again. This is going to happen intermittently over the course of an hour or two. Maybe every 10-15 minutes you hear more rustling off in the distance and more shouting.
Does it sound like it's coming closer at all?
No. It seems to be coming from a single portion of the trees.
I want to go look. After an hour and some, I'm curious. I'm going to start making my way towards the rustling.
Okay. Are you going to alert the group, or are you going to sneak off on your own to do it?
What would Grunrock do? I'm going to alert the donkey. And Sir Archibald Truffles, I'm going to like untie him and drag him into the middle of the camp, and then go off into the trees.
Okay. All right. You go sneaking off. If anybody wakes up in the middle of the night at any point, the campfire is out and your scout is missing. But I'm going to assume that doesn't happen for a while, unless there's a
It doesn't
sound.
seem like there's any reason for us to wake up.
No, but if a sound wakes anybody up, that's going to be your experience. So, Grunrock, you go sneaking off. You going to make a stealth check?
Yes.
Okay.
I want to be sneakily seeing if I need to be concerned of beard gobs and the like similar ilk.
Okay. You travel outside of the camp a ways, sneak along the ground very stealthily, and you spot a sight. There is first what you think is a huge cocoon, like 50 feet in diameter, up in the top of the trees, but then you realize it is a massive air balloon with a basket hanging from the bottom of it. In the basket, you can see a hefty storage locker and a backpack sort of dangling up there, and then dangling a bit further down on the side of a tree is a dwarf muttering curses to himself, who is halfway between the balloon and the ground with an axe slung over his back. He clearly has a broken leg that's dangling in some horrific position, and he is sputtering curses to himself while climbing up towards the balloon. It appears there was a crash landing in the treetops.
I'm gonna go back and like tap Velas on the shoulder and try to wake her up.
You're cold. The fire is out.
When you,
Grunrock is looming over you.
as soon as you start moving, like you're waking up, I'm just gonna.
What?
I'll try to lead her back into the woods towards the dwarf, quietly.
I will get up. I will notice that Sir Archibald Truffles is not tied to a tree. I will guide him back to a tree and tie him to it. And then I will start making my way with Gunrock.
Once she catches up to me past the tree line, I'm gonna be like,
What are you doing? He was keeping watch.
He's gonna run away with our field kitchen.
He wouldn't do that. He loves Vergello. Come on, there's a beard gob hanging from a tree.
You've piqued my interest, if nothing else. Do we need to roll stealth checks?
If you want to remain unseen, then yes, you do. Okay. You're both sneaky along the ground.
"Oh, she's way sneakier than me." I'll lead her right up to the clearing
Okay.
and just kind of.
You see what he saw, except now you see that there's this burly dwarf making his way back into the basket of the balloon, and he is dragging himself into the basket with his leg just dangling, and he occasionally groans with pain as his broken leg hangs down from the basket, and he's sitting on the edge of it. It looks like the basket is like partially torn, and he is looking around at the canopy, looking up at the sky. And he reaches out a trembling hand and grabs a big heavy crossbow and rests it on his legs and just sits there staring off into the darkness of the forest, completely in the wrong direction to see you two.
I kind of want that weapon, but something tells me he won't let it go easy. Should I throw a rock at him? Get his attention?
How difficult does it look like it would be to climb these trees?
It would be... They've got a lot of vines and creepers crawling all over them, so it's an unmodified move roll to get high up in the branches. If you are trying to get to him without him noticing you, it will require an additional stealth roll.
Do you want me to go up and talk to him?
The closer you want to get to somebody without them seeing you, the higher the negative modifier on the stealth roll is. I think to like literally get within striking distance of them without them noticing you, it's a -2 or a -3. I could check in the book if you try to do it. So it depends on how close you're trying to get.
I don't think we need to stab him yet, but I'm definitely curious why he fell into a tree and how he fell up.
Well, I think that he fell from the sky, my goblin friend. But what on earth was he doing over the Dankwood? The things he must have seen, I think it's worth a climb up.
I've never seen a dwarf fly before. I'll climb the tree if you want.
I mean, I'm pretty good at moving.
But should we climb this tree or his tree?
Probably his tree. Neither one of us have any kind of ranged attack.
Well, I'd kind of like to not get shot with whatever that thing is.
You're muted.
Why don't you stand down here, and if I make a sound, then you draw his attention back to the ground.
I'm good at that. Okay.
So I'm going to then just start trying to quietly climb the tree.
Is there like a rock or a stick nearby that I can pick up?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna pick up like a tree branch and just kind of wait next to a tree, not the one she's climbing, not the one he's in, or any of that. Just a random tree that's not too far off.
Okay. How close are you trying to get to him, Amy?
I'm gonna try and get one of the trees that the balloon is like tangled up in.
Okay, so
So
you're
pretty-
not trying to
pretty
get within
close.
arm's reach of him, but you're trying to get close to him. Okay, you take a -1 on your stealth for that, which will remove the last die, which means you still get 2 successes.
No, that's move.
Oh,
That
that's
was a
move to climb.
move
Okay,
roll.
yeah, make a
That
stealth
was
at
move to
a...
climb the tree.
If you're not trying to
Yeah.
get within arm's reach, but you are trying to get close to the balloon, this will be at a -1. And I'm going to make a scouting roll for him. Well, you're starting to slip. You're going to make noise. Do you want to push it or take it?
I'm gonna push it. Sorry, I was
Okay.
trying to alternate between muting and unmuting so that Grunrock and I don't echo.
Okay. All right. One success, one success.
So that is.
I don't know who wins that. Hold on. What's 3?
So is that damage to agility?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just got 3 willpower. Man, I'm gonna be real lethal in my next fight.
Every success your adversary rolls eliminates one of your successes. That means on a tie, your stealth fails, and you have made a noise that has alerted him. You slip down a tree, threw out your shoulder, trying to catch yourself partway down, made a loud noise, and he's going to spin around and beat the crossbow right on you.
When he does that, I want to just take the stick I'm holding and all my might crack it against the tree I'm standing next to. Like, I want to try to shatter this tree limb, essentially.
Okay.
So he thinks that there's multiple.
Okay.
What are the odds of that branch shattering against the tree, waking up being Ralgar?
He turns and looks in that direction while keeping the crossbow pointed at her. And he
The
says,
second he looks away, I'm flipping around, like trying to move around the tree, trying to get hidden again.
trying to take cover.
Mm-hmm. Trying to get
Um,
hidden.
He's going to shout freeze. Or I'll shoot. Freeze or
The
I'll
second
shoot!
he looks away, I'm moving.
Alright, you can make a move roll to try to get to the far side of the tree, which will give you cover. But you are still vulnerable on a tree. So you'll get cover against a shot if you get to the far side of it, but he can still try to hit the edges of your arms or your hands. Alright, you successfully shimmy around the other side. He's going to take a -2 penalty on any range attacks he makes against you. He says, hands up! Well, identify yourself. Ground dweller.
Ah!
if he expected me to talk from behind him, but
He wasn't talking to you. He was talking to her. But he turns and hears you say that. Now he's kind of darting back and forth with his crossbow like, ah, ha! Petty bandits! Stay away from me, plunder!
You fell into our camp, you beard gob!
Your camp? I don't even see your camp.
'Cause I hid it well.
I meant no intrusion. Now be on your way and leave me alone.
Looked like a pretty nasty injury. Just coming up to check on you, and since you had a crossbow, was trying to get an idea of any other weapons or people that perhaps we should be afraid of. Not looking to harm you. As you can see, I have no weapons, no crossbow, and I'm not exactly right up next to you. We like to know what we're getting into before we get into it.
I'm well trained with this instrument, and he holds up the crossbow and he says, I could take off a couple of your fingers. And he's
In the dark at a
peering
distance?
down the-
I don't think so. Where are you coming from?
Eh?
You fell out of the sky. Where are you coming from?
We haven't exactly figured out if he fell out of the sky or if he fell upward yet. How did you fall?
He says, I come from Stone Garden. My name is Andred, but I'm a traveler now. I didn't mean any intrusion. I simply had a bit of a mishap.
Do you want some help?
Oh, likely story. You simply mean to slit my throat and take all my belongings.
No. We came to see why there was a ruckus outside of our camp. If I wanted to slit your throat, you'd be dead. Or I'd be at a closer tree at least. Where the hell
At this
is
point, there's been a
Stonebar?
lot of shouting back and forth, and so you people in the camp are going to be waking up to the sounds of a distant conversation and no campfire. You're shivering, and your watch is missing.
My pot. Where is everyone?
Why is the donkey on that tree? I could have sworn I had him over there.
He is magic.
Listen, if I throw the sticks out into the clearing, can you get your own fat, hairy ass down and tie your legs straight?
Who's Grunrock talking to?
I don't know. We should go and see. But it sounds like you might need your medical kit.
and
I'll
throw
grab
two
my
halves of the
bag.
branch out into the clearing.
He says, there's no way I'm setting foot on the ground. Never again.
Why?
Head of it up here, and he starts to reach the branch to try to snap it off above his head, and almost falls in the process until he's dangling and then has to pull himself up, mutters a couple
I'm
of
gonna
curses,
I'm
and
gonna start
scoots
moving.
back into the basket.
I'm gonna start moving towards them in the basket. Don't shoot me. I'm coming to help you. Capiche?
How do I know that?
You don't.
Then I'll shoot you. I've been
Don't.
tricked before.
By who? Not by me.
You can't trust anyone in these lands.
Who are
Hey.
you guys talking to?
Hairy guy.
And I'll step out of my hiding spot into the open with my hands up.
Point it here.
That's
He
more
does
like it.
anything fishy? Shoot me.
This one knows how to be non-threatening. Oh. He's a goblin.
Yeah, and you're a hairy ass dwarf.
Oh, what are you? Grimlock, what is that person?
It's a dwarf. I think he fell up.
He fell
I have
down.
heard of them.
Are you okay, friend? Are you hurt? What's going on?
Yeah, I've
Run
broken
off,
my
put your
leg,
hands
but
down.
I hardly need it. I'm a sky dweller, he says with
Trying
pride.
to assume a non-threatening position.
I want to roll lore.
Okay, can roll lore.
Well, I imagine even a sky dweller is more comfortable if they walk around in their basket.
Here's what your
I have a
lore
medical
roll-
kit.
You do have a medical kit. He says, likely story. Let's see it then. trudging through the forest with a medical. I'll be damned. Adam,
Hello.
your 2 successes on your lore roll won't tell you anything about. You've never heard of a sky-dwelling dwarf before, but you do know this much. Dwarves in the sky makes no sense. You've never heard of a dwarf taking to the sky, and in fact, dwarves very much dislike being outdoors or anywhere away from underground most of the time. So this is most unusual.
Sounds good. Let's lay that on him. I know what
Ralgar,
you are a dwarf, and dwarves do not like being out of the ground. They certainly do not like being in the sky. I want to know more about you.
Well, what do you want to
just
know?
like
My life
slow.
story?
well, why don't we get you
Yes?
like safely out of the hot air balloon first? I can treat your leg, and you can tell us. I mean, we have a pretty decent camp nearby.
You'll leave your weapons on the ground and you'll treat me up here. And if you try any funny business, he picks up his axe and he swings it off with your
Okay.
head. And all your
But
friends
there
drop
is-
their weapons too.
That is fine, but there's one thing you need to know. We do not provide medical care for free.
He looks at his backpack and his locker up there and he's like, I can trade for such necessities if you're honest folk.
I dropped my staff.
Trying to be as honest as we can. I literally just have this medical kit and my guitar, so
Scimitar in the dirt, hands back up.
do you have like a rope you can throw down? I'm not very capable of climbing trees. A rope ladder, perhaps?
He will look around and he's like, I got plenty of loose ropes. And he just yanks one loose, hangs it down. You now have a rope that you can climb up to get to him. There won't be a die roll
Alright,
required
I
if you're
will
not
do
doing it
that.
under time pressure. You'll get up there with your arms pretty tired.
I'll do that. I'll bring the medical kit.
Performing surgery with exhausted, shaky arms.
All right, you go up there. Yeah, his leg is fucked up pretty bad. It's pretty gnarly.
Oh, buddy, this don't look good. My name's Vergello. I'll be your doctor today.
Andred,
let's take a look
nice
at
to
that
meet
leg.
you, Vergello.
And I'm gonna-
I hope.
Hey,
good to
Vergello,
meet you.
tell him that he smells nice because he does.
He can't know that,
My
and I
good
don't.
friends say you smell nice. Does he smell bad?
He smells pretty bad, yeah. He probably hasn't
I
bathed
like
in a
it.
long time.
Who knew the dwarf smelled, tasty?
Is
All
that
right.
enough to fix his leg?
You've set the leg, you've stabilized him, he's able to function. It's gonna hurt and it's gonna take a while to fully heal, but he's able to stand a bit, put a little weight on it while in his basket, and it'll keep from getting any worse. So you've successfully treated the leg. You're sitting up here. He's got a lot of he's got like a lot of cargo that he seems to be carrying, and a lot of weapons. He actually has a stack of 3 crossbows and a battle axe up here.
I was about to yell, "Hey, Vergello, see if he has anything better than this staff for fighting with."
I knew you were petty thieves. And he picks up the axe and holds it over his head. And he's
I'm
like,
pretty
you
sure
try
he means
anything and
to
your friend
trade.
here.
No,
Oh.
I don't mean to fight you. I mean,
Yeah.
I want a better weapon than my staff.
I feel like you're a little too jumpy, friend. I mean, I just fixed your leg, and I clearly have nothing but my robes. So you could probably calm down a little bit. Are you a trader of some kind? I see you have a lot of gear up here. Are you trying to...
Yes, indeed, I am.
Oh. Would
He
you
says,
be
hold on, let me
interested
find
in
something to
some-
compensate you for the medical attention.
Oh, I appreciate that.
He's going to go rummaging through his pack for a random simple find and give it to you. Can you roll
An empty syringe.
Can you roll a d6 and then a 2d6, Bill? Just a 1d6 and then a 2d6. All right. 1, He's going to hand you a pouch of 6 copper coins.
Thank you for the donation, sir. I hope your leg feels better. You wouldn't happen to be interested in purchasing a finely embroidered calfskin glove, would you? We actually haven't run into any traders in a while, and is something that I'd be interested in getting rid of.
Well,
It's worth 1 gold piece.
he says that he doesn't have a lot of money, but that he has things he could trade.
What kinds of things?
Well, let me
Does he
check
have a
what
dwarven
he's
battle
got
staff?
here.
Perhaps inlaid with silver runes.
Jeez, I feel like that would be worth more than a gold.
I said silver.
Yeah,
He's got some dainty embroidered cloth with silver embroidery around the outsides that looks quite valuable. It's a little unusual to see a dwarf. I mean, it's unusual to see a dwarf floating through the sky, but an unbathed dwarf floating through the sky with some ladies' fine garments. And that's not exactly going to solve your I have nice gloves and want to trade them out problem.
yeah.
But then he would also potentially trade weapons. So hang on. He's got that, and he's got a whole bunch of food, and he's got weapons. Let's see what these are worth here.
I have a silver candelabra I'm willing to trade for something.
The
I feel like we
one
also
gold.
have a beast statue.
He will not. His light crossbow. He has 2 light crossbows and a heavy crossbow, and even the light crossbows are worth more than that embroidered glove. You'll have to add to the ante if he's going to trade that to you.
Yeah, I'm more of a traditional bow kind of person than I am a crossbow.
But crossbows are quite valuable and rare. And he's got a stack of them up here. He
Apparently,
says-
a finely embroidered calfskin glove is pretty rare too.
He says, I tell you what would be fair for me. You help me get this balloon repaired, get me back in the sky, and get to a decent launching clearing. And you trade me that fine glove of yours, and I'll give you this here light crossbow and a full stack of ammunition for it.
Sure, I don't see why not. I don't know anything about flying machines, but I'm sure we can get you untangled here at least.
Oh, and one other thing, I'm not setting foot on the ground.
That feels like a odd thing. Is there any reason why?
Because I've been cursed. And he spits on the ground. And he says, the god Huge has ruined my life, and I'll never set foot on his territory again. Relgar, you got 2 successes on a lore roll. You know that Huge is the god of the dwarves. He's responsible for creating the foundations of the very earth that the dwarves tunnel into. He's their patron deity. This dwarf seems to have forsworn his gods and refuses to set foot on the earth.
That sounds very lonely.
I get by.
Not very well, you're in a tree.
You're
I
lonely.
feel like if you wanted to send a true insult, teasing ever so slightly the deity which you scorn by placing your feet on there, only to wrest them away from the ground once again, would infuriate him. Maybe you could set foot on the ground.
I've
this
sworn
evening
an
while
oath
we get
never
you-
to do it. I'd rather take my own life.
That feels excessive. Didn't you hit the ground just a second ago? I imagine that's how you broke your leg.
No, he broke it in a tree. He got tangled up and fell. He was dangling from ropes.
Well, we'll do our best, I guess. Probably in the
I'll
morning,
help.
though.
But yeah,
like
we'll do our
crafting.
best in the morning. I'm going back to bed. And I'm gonna start climbing down the tree.
He says, I'll stay up here. And when the sun rises, you can help me get these things to the ground. And he starts pointing at things and he's like, mainly we need to tie off these ropes. We need to patch that hole in that hole right there.
Yeah.
Good night.
And I'll pull my scimitar out and walk.
Hey, what is your name? I don't think I heard your name when you said it.
One sec, sorry. He says, Andred
Yeah.
of the Canides. You've heard of the Canide dwarves. They're also known as the Iron Hounds.
Oh, you're of the Iron Hounds. I've always liked their name.
Very good lore. Very good lore. Okay, so you'll head back to camp. Let's. I think we're gonna wrap this here. Let's go to morning time. Let's go ahead and do food rolls so that we've done them.
Do we finish that night's sleep? Like, do I rest from my injury?
Yeah, you can go back to sleep and finish out the night.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Time to trade with Andred.
Do we need to do water? We're near a river, aren't we?
You are by a river. You don't need to do water. Everybody's full water. D12. Morning will rise. Andred will be instructing you how to get his balloon parts down to the ground and get them repaired. And he's looking around and going, I don't suppose you have... He cringes and shudders a little bit. A horse? Or some other conveyance?
We have mule, Sir Archibald Troubles.
It shall have to do. Bring him to me and I shall ride upon his back.
Okay, you just have to make sure you ask him first. It's a weird thing. I don't make the rules.
You can't ride him unless he says okay.
Repairing the ropes, the basket, and the balloon itself is going to be 3 separate crafting rolls, and then you're going to have to get all of this and the dwarf on muleback to a place with exposure to the sky where he can launch off from. That'll be the deal.
Surely there's exposure by the water, isn't there?
Probably a little more.
We're in the
open
middle
space.
of the Dankwood. He's
Yeah.
traveling with us.
The lake
Do
would
we wanna-
definitely be a big enough space. The river is going to be tight.
I imagine all of these crafting rolls are going to be more than one attempt. Are we going to
They're
stop
all going
here?
to take a quarter day. But yeah, I'm just outlining how it's going to work. So,
Okay.
I can get it done in a day.
We'll resume here in the morning time with Andred. Meanwhile, experience.
Experience.
All right. Here we go. Did you participate in the game session? You get 1 XP
Fuck
just
yeah.
for being there. Did you travel through at least 1 hex on the game map you had not visited before? Yeah, you did like 6. Did you discover a new adventure site? The answer to that is no. Did you defeat 1 or more monsters? The answer is no. Those bandits do not count. Did you find a treasure worth a gold or more? Not yet.
We found a dwarf.
If
with
you
a
get
bunch
that
of
crossbow, that'll count as a treasure worth a gold or more.
Okay.
Because it is worth more than that. Did you build a function on your stronghold? Did you activate your pride? Did you suffer from your dark secret? Now, Ralgar did. And Ralgar's dark secret is revealed. And he's going to need to create a new one. So I'm going to talk to him outside of the session. Because everybody knows now.
Is my dark secret also revealed? Because I think it was revealed a long time ago and we did not make a new one.
Okay, actually, it's whether you are troubled by your dark secret, and we retire the dark secrets when they are not going to be able to cause you trouble anymore, but I think Ralgar's actually can still cause him trouble. And I think that's why I had to keep yours.
I'm not trying to prevent it. I'm just making sure that I'm not supposed to have had changed that.
Yeah. No, I think everybody keeps them actually. Ralgar, you're going to keep your dark secret, and you'll get an experience point whenever it causes you trouble. It was revealed, but I guess it can still influence the story in a way that causes you trouble. So we'll keep it actually. But let's talk about it a bit later. Did you risk your life for another player character? I don't think anybody did this time.
I don't think it was necessary.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Perform an extraordinary action of some kind. Do you have a highlight moment? Did anybody do anything crazy?
I mean, I think the craziest, like the coolest thing that happened was Vergello, like using his lyre to scare someone away for the first time. But I don't know, that was highlighty for me.
Yeah.
Legend says he's still running through the woods screaming.
still just running and screaming.
I think we're gonna leave it where it is. So everybody gets what? 1, 2, 3, 2. But yeah, Adam gets that dark secret one, and we're gonna leave it there. We will pick up with our dwarf friend in the forest next time. As far as I know, we are playing again 2 weeks from today, which will be the 23rd, Monday. Is that good with everybody? Tentatively. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, we should be back on our usual once every 2 weeks schedule. I'm going to be going back and watching the stream footage. I have a local recording. I haven't had stability issues on my end, but it sounds like the stream wasn't fully coming across. So something was off, but
Funky.
I don't think it was my internet this time. So, but I have a local recording that should be solid if the stream was skippy. So, we'll get a nice edited version of this up that may have more in it. If there were cutouts on the stream, then we should get a better edited version of it up when the episode posts. So, but we'll keep an eye on it, and I'll see if I can figure out what it was that was going wrong. But stay tuned for more Blades in the Dark with Craig in a few weeks. We're working on getting that next session scheduled, and we'll be back with this one 2 weeks from now. Thanks for watching, Elric. You were hanging out pretty much the whole time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for hanging around. Yeah, this was different than previous issues. It seems like I fixed the problem that was completely screwing up our last couple of streams, and now we have some other problem, but I'll look into it. So, but anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll get this edited version of this episode posted ASAP. And
Adios.
have a good night.